Turtle Gang! Hit that like button as you come in. It's your boy, Dolly! Creek Squad.
Red, white, blue, neck, skin, color, Creek Squad. Red, white, blue, neck, skin, color, Creek Squad. Some people keep it gangsta, I just keep it country. Every single thing I got was got by me. I ain't have no handout, I was grabbing the back of drink. Everybody sitting, pointing, laughing, I was running, chasing shit. Not the jaws are on the ground, they looking like they hate me. I worked my way from not having the thing, and now I got creeper cards on bottom of my diamond rings. I don't wear them though, I'm still getting trash.
What's up, Alex?
Trash I am. Little bitch, my sixes watch my every
skin in Dixieland. Range Rover. My crib, Joker. I just keep it country, oh Lord. On Creek Squad. Neck skin, call them Creek Squad. Doing homework. I just keep it country, oh Lord. I stay clean than a shower. I jam out the rock and roll. I throw Buster Stone sour. And I wear the same jeans. Dolly! Stage again. When I cross that Cheatham line, smoking in the range again. Dodging cops, bleed the fit. No, you cannot search my shit unless you get a warrant. Don't wake up, Judge Maxie. Trust me, Stan. What's up, turtles? Make sure y'all hit that like button as you come in the room. Damn it.
Cheatham on the map like nobody has
done
done
before.
before. You can still get fucked up with a screw
Doing
in
a 2x4 church. Papercut Tina said he can't smoke on her Mary Jane. I just keep it country, oh Lord.
Red, white, blue, neck, skin, color, Creek Squad. Red, white, blue, neck, skin, color, Creek Squad. Red,
White, blue, neck, skin, call them Creek Squad.
people keep it gangsta, I just keep it country.
What's up, William? What's up, Facebook? What is up, Turtle Gang? It is your boy, Dolly! All back in the house. Now, look, I was going to take the night and drag the shit out of some of these roach channels, right? That it has been going at Dolly. And then I thought about it, and I thought to myself, I was like, look, man, these channels don't deserve any more of Dolly's attention. I'm cutting them off. Never to be said. You know, a couple of them found their way onto Turtle Island. And if you guys are the ones that bought the egg, okay, which I know who bought the egg, the two people that bought the eggs, I am going to refund your money, and we're getting them people off the island. Dolly don't want anything else to do with these trashy channels, okay? There's a couple of them in particular that I'm just like, look, I'm done with. I tried to play along with them, be cool, laugh, joke, and it's just bullshit after bullshit, scummy shit after scummy shit. So Dolly's just decided, hey, look, instead of going back and forth and even playing along with these people anymore, I'm cutting all ties. I don't want to see their names in my chat room. I don't want to see them mentioned. Like I said, I'm getting them off the island. I'm refunding the people the money. And just, I don't know them people anymore. They don't exist to me, right? Because I don't want to stress myself out with all the things these people are saying, because then I got to take time to watch their videos and stuff like that. It's all the same thing. It's just, there's no leaders, right? It's just all or a hate mob, just a hate mob, right? And like, if one person disagrees with them, they attack that person, right? Beat that person down until that person agrees with them, right? And that's, to me, is just a big ass echo chamber of just bullshit hate, right? So I tried to try to play around with them, be cool, maybe some of it to stop, just a little horseplay, you know what I'm saying? and it's still the same old trashy stuff from these people. So if you're a turtle, don't associate with that. I'm just saying it again. I know it's my fault because I allowed it to happen. But look, I'm cutting ties. I don't want to see them people mentioned in my chat room. None of that stuff. No more meme wars or any crazy things with these roachy ass channels. I just can't do it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like these people are just too hateful. I thought, try to lighten them up, play around with them, include them. They wouldn't be so bad. No, they just worse. They just worse. So, like I said, instead of paying them that attention, and like I said, I was just gonna come up here and just completely drag and joke the shit out of all of them tonight. And, because they want this apology, they would never in a million years get an apology from me. So it's just best they move on with their channels. Of course, Dolly's gonna move on with his channels because after the day, you guys, they don't even exist to me. I'm not going to tune into it. I'm not going to listen to it. Guys, don't send me clips of it. I just don't care. Best of luck to their YouTube channels. Okay. I don't hate anybody up here on these YouTube streets. It's just the point is, I can't fuck with you. Okay. And if I can't fuck with you, I ain't going to have no parts in you. I will mute you out of this bitch like you don't exist. Okay. It's just, look, I got no time for bad people in my life. Right? Because look, I'm getting older. I ain't gonna be here forever. Right? I want to surround myself with really good people that are doing good things, good vibes, things like that. Like we don't sit around and make hate videos on people. I don't sit around and make hate videos on any of these channels. Right? It's just like you try, like it's no, like I said, no being cool. And I don't want to take up the show with that because I was just gonna sit here and drag these people for the next 3 hours. But I'm going to be the bigger person. And like I said, I'm stepping away from that. I don't want to hear about them anymore. I don't want to deal with them no more. I myself personally not going to watch them, participate, have anything to do with them. Like I said, we're going to remove them from everything we do here, and we move on. We keep moving forward, rocking and rolling, baby. Okay. So anyway, this is the link to get into the chat tonight. Open discussion, right? Open discussion. I know there's a lot of stuff going on with the Leticia case. She got found guilty of all charges. Justice for Gannon. Okay, right? That shit's popping off. We got the West brothers, their trial going on and stuff like that. It's crazy stuff coming out in that one. Clothes found in the summer wells. There's a lot of stuff in the true crime. But like I said, it's open discussion. It ain't got to be true crime. This is the link to get into the room right here that I'm about to post. Mods, copy this. Look, we had people coming in saying stuff about the mods. Look, don't attack none of my mods. That's the worst thing you can do here is attack a mod. Don't come in here trying to cause trouble or start with a mod because that's the quickest way to get Dolly to block you. And I don't really like blocking people and I don't really like the drama. And this stuff is fueling the drama. So that's why I said I'm cutting ties in it completely. Okay. Because I don't want it to go back and forth. And that's what it's doing. Every time I say something, they make a video about it. And it just gives them content. And at this point, we say nothing else about them ever after tonight. And they get no more content off of Dolly. Okay. Because I'm going in my own direction with a lot of things. And I don't really have time for all that craziness. Okay. What's up, papercut Tina?
I'm on a stool. I'm so excited. I've had a little damn stool sitting here for ages, and I've been propping up pillows.
So you're sitting on something now. You're not sitting on the floor.
Oh, I'm on a stool.
Oh, you're moving up in the world. You're moving up in the world like a whole 8 inches. You moved up in the world a whole 8 inches.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Well, I won't say anything about her. I'll say this: I don't watch her. She's talking like and it's too long, too slow, too boring. Shit. Now she's gonna be after me. Whatever.
They're gonna get you, Tina. No, what I'm saying is I'm cutting ties with all these people. I'm never gonna speak of them again. So it's just like they don't exist to me anymore. That's my best way of being like, look, okay, we played around. It's no being cool with you. So I'm just gonna move on. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't exist. Y'all best, but I don't wish them any hard feelings or ill will. Best of luck to their channels. You know what I'm saying? It's just I'm not gonna play around with you and shit.
Well, that's certainly noble of you to say that.
All right, we got me in the backstage. Hello, me.
Hey.
Is there another name we can call you other than me?
Hi, me.
Hey.
Hey,
Well, I guess incognito. I don't know.
incognito.
I just
Okay,
figured I'd give it
we'll just call you ME.
incognito. That there you go. There you go. Perfect. Perfect.
How's everything going
How
with
you
you
Hello.
doing,
tonight?
Tina?
Hi, me. I'm good.
It's I'm here. Yeah. It seems like the YouTube streets are running wild.
Yes.
Wow. Well, you know, it's the Wild West. The internet is anyway.
Yeah, that's funny when you say
You
that.
know,
What state are you in, me?
but it takes two to tango. So if you
I
lose your
mean,
dance partner, it's hard to dance.
Yeah.
this is true. I'm in
Not
Tennessee,
if you're John
Tina.
Travolta.
Okay. Well, I might see you in a month or whatever the heck, a month and a week or whatever it is.
What's up, Tony the Tiger? Tiger
Cool.
and Tony, or whatever the
Tiger.
hell it is.
Not much, man. Not much. You guys all right?
So, what do y'all think about
Oh,
Leticia being found guilty on all charges in court
Well,
today?
let's
I
all
think
jump
it's
up and
great.
down. Get our pom poms out.
Right?
Yay.
Celebrate good times, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I
Celebrate
need
good times. Come on.
I didn't
guilty on
see it. I
all
still need
charges.
to see it. I want to see people's. I haven't been over there yet, but I
Yeah,
need to see it.
I just heard the news. I haven't watched them even read the verdict yet, to be dead honest.
Right. Me neither.
I just know I knew she was guilty before that.
Hey,
I didn't have
Jimmy.
to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you were to like hear the verdict and the way that the judge put everything like to her, like word for word, he cut her with a knife. It was wonderful. And she deserved every bit of it. She really did. She deserved
Yeah.
every bit of it. And yeah, he laid it to her, but he was like he saw through her bullshit, and it was wonderful. I
Let me
was
see if I can
driving
find the
and I had
video.
to
Let me see if
pull
I can.
over.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. Did she even shed one tear?
Oh,
Probably
it
not.
was great. No, she did not. She didn't even look up. She's pitiful.
No.
She's a piece of
Mm-hmm.
crap. She's an evil piece
Mm-hmm.
of. I don't. I can't describe that. Like I
Mm-hmm.
can't describe that. I
Okay,
have a
is this
stepson, and
Mm.
Most people you
hold
see on
on
here
for a
talking
second,
about drop
guys.
shipping
I
have
want to
never
hear him
actually
read the
made
verdict.
money drop shipping. Now,
Yeah.
Structural error in the forms of the
See,
Okay, this was a error that I found yesterday
this date.
in all of them.
Is that the verdict? Hold on.
Is this the version?
No, this is what
Let me skip to the end of it. I don't know if that's it. I'm trying to just
he
find
told.
where he just says she's guilty and reads it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, he hands
Okay,
her ass to
here it
her.
is. Here it is. 21 minutes. Judge sentencers to
This,
life in prison
it's
for the murder of her
great.
stepson, Grannon.
it never leaves them. The sharpness of the pain
It's
goes
not very loud.
to some extent over time.
No, he's very soft spoken, actually.
The pain
Is that court TV?
Just be quiet.
I can
Mute
hear
for a
it.
second so we can
as a
hear it.
result of the defendant's actions. A sentence in a criminal case such as this will not change the fact that their son's life was taken from them, and no sentence I impose and nothing I say will ever change that fact. Ms. Stauch, you betrayed the person you loved enough to marry. You told your husband lies and took away someone he loved. You took away every day that Mr. Stauch or Ms. Bullard could have had with their son. When you take a life, regardless of how you do that, you forever alter the future. Neither Mr. Stauch nor Ms. Bullard will ever see their son graduate from high school, go through the joy and the pain of that first love, or get married. They will never know what kind of impact their son may have had on the world if only he had lived to become an adult. And had Gannon's body not been found, they never would have known what happened to Gannon. They would always have had a lingering doubt about what happened to Gannon. I cannot imagine the pain and sense of loss associated with that. You betrayed your daughter, Harley Hunt. I cannot.
She doesn't care.
Have had on her
Nope.
selfish and calculated actions.
I don't understand.
Trusted you to put her interests above yours. This is a young woman
Unbelievable.
and believed you were innocent of this crime right up until the time that you pled not guilty by reason of insanity. And she still loves you. That's natural for a child, and it doesn't matter how much older they get.
That's as loud as it gets,
I
guys.
cannot imagine the guilt she feels or the therapy that she will need to address your betrayal.
Hi, my name is Alina, and I would like to give
Lord.
you a few reasons why you should consider dating a young
Dating a young, was she trying to, what's a mail order bride commercial?
That she had anything to do with or your cover.
Trigger warning.
That shit was funny.
I swear I don't know what she was about to say, but I think it was a mail order bride thing on YouTube. I can't be positive because I stopped it too soon.
Oh, Lord.
Of will and courage that it took for her to come in and testify is amazing to me. But she did it because, as she said, it was the right thing to do.
Welcome, Huntress.
And while thankfully she didn't testify, let's not forget about Lena. You betrayed her too. You took her brother from her and forever altered her family dynamics. She will always wonder who she can trust and will always feel that loss.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
His
like, oh.
From school. At some point, you even claimed this 8-year-old girl helped you move her brother's body from the basement to the back of your car. That's just simply not true. As she gets older, Lena is going to want to know more, and she's going to want to know if there was something that she could have done to prevent this. I hope she comes to realize that she has no fault in all of this. You betrayed yourself.
That's so sad.
Yeah, it is.
Life. You took away everything he was and everything he could ever become. I can't imagine the terror and confusion that he must have felt in the last moments of his life when he knew his life was being taken by someone he trusted to protect it.
That's horrible.
That shit's deep.
It is. It's she doesn't care. Like, no emotion.
That there is a
flat.
She's just looking down, like
health issues.
Oh.
It's also no secret that our country and our health system could do a much better job addressing mental health issues than it does. However, the number of people with mental health issues who become violent.
I don't understand these people.
Hold on a second. Hold on.
Murderers is smaller still. Your claim that a mental health issue caused the murder in this case is a disservice to all those who struggle with mental health issues every day.
Hell yeah, it is.
This isn't the first case I have presided over in which sanity or a mental condition of the defendant has been raised as a defense. I have had cases where the defendant's mental condition caused the defendant to act out in a certain fashion. But even in those cases, I have never seen conduct like this. I understand the claim of dissociative.
Go judge.
I have seen something resembling that, and I have seen defendants with schizophrenic disorders. I can understand those. What I have seen is that the mental condition causes the person to act a certain way, and when they realize what they did, they are astonished by what happened, or they have no memory of what happened. Your claim is that it was another personality that murdered Gannon, but there is no time during the minutes, hours, and days following the murder where Leticia came out and wondered, gee, why am I carrying a body around in my luggage? That just isn't credible. You knew what you were doing. You made a number of clear and conscious decisions to cover or disguise what you had done.
Yes, ma'am.
Claiming a lack of motive is a common defense tactic, and it can be a sound strategy. The truth is, however, that it only takes a moment to make a bad decision that results in disastrous consequences. And oftentimes, we never know why a defendant chose a particular course of action.
Nobody's looking.
However, that does not mean that they did not intend to undertake a course of action.
Dude,
Sometimes,
that hasn't for you yet.
Hey, man, we're going to mute you for a second.
explanation is anger. An 11-year-old boy with burns who feels that he's not being taken care of. An 11-year-old boy on the verge of being a teenager. Those of us who have lived through people or kids with that were teenagers, we know how that is. It is not hard to imagine Gannon saying something, "You're not my mom. I want my mom. I want my dad." And that would be enough to make you really angry. But anger is not an excuse. A defendant is responsible for the choices they made and the actions they undertook, even though those choices arose out of or were motivated by anger. It's clear that you hated and were jealous of Landon Bullard. You saw yourself as a better mother than she was. It's clear from the evidence that you had some resentment from being left with Mr. Stauch's children. It's clear you had some resentment toward Mr. Stauch because he traveled as part of his job. Some of that manifested as early as Al's assignment in Alaska when you made allegations against the people in his unit. That caused Al to have to return from Alaska. And in one of the phone calls that were played for the jury, you talked about having to take care of his kids while he was away and what a good mother you were. It's clear you felt trapped. You wanted out.
Damn.
You were searching for a new job and a new location in Florida. Mr. Stauch had been gone on his new assignment for less than 2 days when the fire in the basement occurred. I can imagine that you saw your whole future consisting of taking care of Mr. Stauch's children while he was off doing his thing, and that's not the future that you wanted. I can imagine Gannon at some point after he sustained his burns telling you wanted his real mom and how that comment would have made you angry. You took your frustration and anger for the marriage, the child care, the absence of Al, and even living in Colorado. You took all of that out on Gannon. The evidence suggests you first stabbed Gannon repeatedly, 18 times. Based on the number of defensive wounds, he was clearly conscious for some of that.
Wow.
He was certainly gravely wounded.
Do you want to get paid every week as a ClickBank affiliate?
Yes, I
Imagine
do.
getting almost guaranteed affiliate payments wired
Oh,
straight
yeah,
to
that
your
would be
bank.
awesome. Okay, never mind.
And chillingly, it would also explain how you were able to mimic the sound of Gannon breathing in one of your sessions with Dr. Lewis. Those were probably close to his last breaths. He was dying but not dead. The evidence could also lead one to conclude that he either fell or rolled off the bed where you shot him in the head and then beat him with the butt of a gun or a baseball bat. That would explain the blood found at different levels on the walls in Gannon's bedroom. I'm also reminded of the look you had on your face when you slipped your handcuffs while being transported back to Colorado and attacked Deputy James. I shudder to think that that was probably the last thing that Gannon saw before he died. You have shown no remorse throughout this process. Instead, you've made a choice to build a web of lies. When you gave an interview to Detective Jessica Bethel on January 29 of 2020, you lied to her about Gannon running away and that he was actually taken by a guy named Eduardo.
Okay. This judge is going in on her, man. He he's like, look, you're a liar. You did all this and that. You know, you tortured this baby. You did it because you felt trapped. I mean, he ain't cutting no corners with it.
When you explained that to Detective Bethel, you said you needed to lie because you didn't want to face the consequences. You told her that you were trying to come up with a plan about what you should do. And finally, you told her you really thought you could fix this. I think that's true. You lied because you didn't want to face the consequences. You needed to come up with a plan to fix this, and that plan involved covering up what you had done. It involved lie upon lie. But you slipped up at various points and let kernels of truth escape. In one conversation with Mr. Stauch, you told him the FBI needed to close the borders of Colorado, needed to close I-95. I-95 doesn't go through Colorado. It's an interstate that runs along the entire eastern seaboard. It's also not far from where you dumped Gannon's body. When questioned by Detective Bethel, you told her that Mr. Stauch might also make up some kind of story about you coming at him with a knife. You said you would never use a knife like that. Yet Gannon was stabbed 18 times.
Damn. That's a way to say it.
Your actions in this case also show a very conscious attempt to avoid responsibility in this case. You started out with the story that Gannon had run away. You gave
Awesome.
some hints that it might be related to bath salts or drug use by Gannon. You stayed with that story until you were called into EPSO for an interview. You knew they weren't going to buy the story that Gannon ran away. Then you came up with the abduction. And you stayed with some iteration of that for a long time. But all of those versions had one thing in common. You were always the victim. In one, you're beaten and raped and Gannon was abducted. In one, someone stole Gannon out of a truck in the parking lot. In another, you let someone drive Gannon to a hospital to take care of a head injury that he had after falling off a bike. In all of
She's
them,
lied so many times.
Claim it wasn't your fault. You were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Then you got arrested. You stuck to the story that it was someone else that took Gannon. During the hours that you spoke with Special Agent Grusing, he told you he thought sometimes good people do bad things and sometimes it's an accident. Then they found Gannon's body. Then you saw the mountain of evidence against you. And this is a mountain the size of Everest.
Ooh, damn.
What was your position after that? Well, it was an accident. And you, Leticia, didn't even do it. It was Maria Sanchez. You carefully crafted your new story to continue to avoid responsibility. It also allowed you to take advantage of the out that Mr. Grusing and Mr. Stauch suggested much, much earlier when they asked you if this was an accident. Now it was an accident. Your Maria Sanchez personality shot Gannon by mistake because she thought he was an intruder in a cape. Multiple personalities is not credible in this setting, as regardless of how many personalities you have, you only have one body. I have presided over cases where a mental disease or defect prevented a defendant from remembering the course of events, including the commission of the crime. Without exception, those defendants have been terrified when contacted by law enforcement because there was a period of time in their lives that they could not account for. Their body may have sustained an injury, and they don't know how it happened. They may have some new object in their house or on their person, and they have no idea where they got it from. We all have free will, and we all make choices based on that free will.
I agree.
People who
Death
suffer
penalty,
from the mental disorder you
life in
claim
prison.
are terrified because their free will has been taken from them, and they are being subjected to things and experiences they don't understand and don't have any recollection of. You didn't behave anything like that.
Hey, listen, can I build your Shopify store completely free? Would you like
No,
that? My
you
name is
can't.
Anthony Morrison, and my brother.
All right.
One of the purposes is to impose an appropriate sentence for the criminal conduct that occurred. Another purpose is to punish an offender by imposing a sentence that takes into account the seriousness of the offense.
Get her, judge.
Yet another purpose of sentencing is to prevent crime and promote respect for the law by providing an effective deterrent to others likely to commit a similar offense. Anyone who's been in my courtroom before knows that I've said sentencings are the most difficult thing that I do. That's especially true in cases where someone has lost his or her life. Nothing I or the law can do will ever bring that person back. I have handled hundreds, if not thousands, of criminal cases over the years. I think at this point in my career, I've presided over something like 200 jury trials. I've sentenced hundreds more defendants pursuant to plea agreements. This is not the first murder case that has come before me. This is not the first case I have presided over which involves harm to a child. This is not the first case I have had where a person who was in an unhappy marriage committed a crime. Sadly, statistically, there is a high correlation between violent acts, including murders, and family members. I have had a number of cases which have demonstrated one person's capacity for cruelty toward another human being. I can, however, say without hesitation that the facts in this case are the most horrific I have ever seen.
Wow.
Your conduct in this case deserves the maximum punishment that I can impose under Colorado law. As such, with respect to the charge of first-degree murder after deliberation, I remand you to the custody of the Colorado Department of Corrections for the remainder of your life with no possibility of
There you
parole.
go.
With respect to the charge of murder in the first degree of a child under 12 by a person in a position of trust, I remand you to the custody of Colorado Department of Corrections for the remainder of your life with no possibility of parole.
There you go.
Those two sentences will merge. If you have questions about that, you can ask your attorneys. With respect to the charge of tampering with a deceased human body, I'm also going to sentence you to 12 years, followed by a 3-year period of parole. That sentence is to be consecutive to the life sentences that I've already imposed. With respect to tampering with physical evidence, I'm going to impose an 18-month sentence. That sentence is also consecutive to the to the sentences for the murder charges.
So you just basically ain't never getting out, woman.
I also understand, with the consent of the prosecution, and I'm assuming no objection from the defense, that I will dismiss all the charges in 20 CR 3170, close that out subject to restitution, give the people 49 days for restitution, 14 days for response, and if there's an issue, we will set it within the 90 days, from. I think that resolves all outstanding matters. Is there anything else that the prosecution wishes for me to address?
No, you are. Thank you.
Defense? Court will be in recess.
Boy, he
Boom.
busted her ass.
Yeah, he
Busted
wasn't
her
playing.
ass.
He went
I'm
in. He
telling
went
you.
in.
I'm
I mean,
telling you.
what do you say to somebody that did something so horrendous like that? You know?
Guilty.
I mean, you gotta be friggin' crazy to do it anyway. I mean, to kill anybody, even somebody you hate, you gotta be crazy to
Yeah,
kill them.
I think so too. That you got to be somewhat. But is that insane where you need to be let go because you crazy, or is that just we
No,
build prisons for
hell
crazy
no.
people?
There ain't no such thing as too crazy to go to jail.
Yeah, that's
No
what
You
I
such
guys,
thing.
believe too.
Say
you guys,
night.
why didn't she get the death
Say good
penalty?
night to
Like,
them.
why? Isn't there a death penalty in Colorado? Like, why didn't she?
Um,
If
yeah,
anyone
yeah.
deserves it, it's her
My
ass.
best little penny.
I'd sit there and watch it. I would literally watch her fry. And I've never
Would you
wanted
pull
to.
the switch, Tina?
Actually, yeah. I
You would.
actually
What
would.
about you, Mab? Would you pull the switch on her?
I really
I
would.
would pull the switch.
What
Yep.
about you, Tony the Tiger? Would you pull the switch on her?
No, I'd make her suffer.
He said I'd make her suffer. There's no death penalty in where she's at, but I mean, she's life in prison, no possibility of parole. She gets up there in general population. You never know. She might get the broomstick treatment.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of that,
Like Dahmer
while
got.
Tina's on
Isn't that
here,
Dahmer got?
Yeah.
while you're on here, Tina, I want
Huh?
you to look up Jordan Taylor. Jordan Taylor, Woodbine, Kentucky.
In what
It's like
Kentucky?
22
Byron?
Woodbine,
Babe.
WOODBINE.
The girl that drove George.
Oh,
Oh.
Woodbine, Kentucky. What was the name again? I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Corey what?
Jordan Taylor.
Taylor. Jordan Taylor.
Yeah. Look that up. That just happened. His trial's coming up. But then like 5 miles down the road from me, Courtney Taylor done killed her whole family, even her kids. And I don't know what happened to her.
Piece of shit.
What makes people get up and just want to hurt their family?
Man, I don't know. I went
I
to
mean,
school with that Courtney Taylor.
I know people, be not liking their families and all, but if you don't like your family that bad, just move away, get away from them,
Right.
Hey, did you guys hear Al's when Al Stauch got up there and said his piece?
No, I haven't heard it yet, to be honest with you,
Yeah,
man.
he wanted her to have solitary confinement for an hour for every hour she drove to get rid of Gannon.
Oh wow.
Okay. What? So he wants her 24 hours a day locked down?
Well,
in
an hour
solitary?
for every mile.
And how many
1,300
miles did she drive? I don't know how far of a distance it is.
1,300 miles.
Mm.
He broke down too. He was sobbing. Even the judge was tearing up.
Yeah, I mean, it's horrific. Look how long that message is.
Holy shit.
Somebody wrote a book. But yeah, I mean, anytime a child loses its life, it's horrific because they're innocent. They ain't done nothing to deserve any of that. Okay, Incognito's back. Hey, Incognito.
Sorry, I don't. It's my first time, so I don't know what I did. I hit a.
That's what she said.
Oh my God.
Well, anyway, justice. Look, let's look on the bright side of it. It is a sad case, definitely, but justice was served today. The best justice we could get, anyway. Her life in prison, no possibility of parole. She's never getting out. She has to hear Trace for the rest of her natural born days.
Thank God.
Well, why do we?
I guarantee. I
Why
guarantee
do we
when
have
she
to pay
gets
for her.
Yeah, but when she gets back to the jail now that she's been sentenced, I bet she don't play crazy anymore. All that crazy should have stopped when she goes back in behind them bars now.
Right.
She'll be normal as hell again. Be like, that's all a show. She was faking that from the get, and the judge seen that.
Her and Alec Murdaugh ought to get together.
There you go. Jail or prison romance. I don't think one prisoner can write another prisoner.
Oh, they probably can.
I don't think they can. It could be written outside the prison and then got and then sent to the prison by somebody else because you can't write jail to jail.
Do you see that, Tiger? Sorry, Jimmy.
No, No, I really can't read it.
Jordan Taylor.
In Woodbine,
Yeah,
Kentucky.
that's his name.
No
He's
match is
22 years
found.
old.
I know, but no match is
Oh,
found.
what happened? He killed a
Sorry for me
3-year-old.
for interrupting.
He killed a 3-year-old. His
We got
old lady's
CJ with us.
3-year-old, and
Guy, how you doing?
prior to that, somebody else passed away in his care. But I think he's going to get a life sentence. I think it's Jordan Taylor.
Lance,
Yeah, it's Jordan Taylor.
yeah, you did call her nappy head. It was funny.
Look up.
You're breaking up a little bit.
Okay, I don't understand why.
You're good now. I can
Right.
hear you now. But when the last
Okay.
thing you said just broke up a little bit.
Are you talking about Jordan
Okay.
Blake Taylor? Tiger?
Say what, Bo?
Jordan Blake Taylor?
Yeah.
Her and her woman and her boyfriend indicted in a 3-year-old daughter's murder?
Yeah, that one.
I found it.
Yeah, that's just right down the road from me.
Damn.
I don't know what's with people killing their kids and stuff. All right, we got
Here, I'll
Vicky.
go to,
Hey, Vicky, can you show
I'll turn
yourself
the
real quick in the
camera off.
backstage? Just so I can see you real fast. Okay, I see you. Now you can turn your camera off.
Death to all those clowns.
Hi, ma'am.
My picture's
Hey, Vicky.
not showing. Hey. I've
How's it
been
going?
watching this whole case.
Have you?
Yeah, I've seen that 3 times.
Somebody has an echo going. You might need to turn us down in the background, the YouTube.
Oh, it's me. I thought I did. Sorry.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oh, I've been watching on our favorite girl, Grizzly, every day.
Yeah, I noticed she's been covering it live the whole damn trial.
And I've been watching it because I had several heart attacks and strokes and whatnot. So thankfully, I have y'all.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I noticed she's been streaming it. I didn't really want to sit there for that long. I knew she was guilty, so I didn't want to sit there.
If I could get up and run around like you are, I would.
Well, I'm too tired to run around now. It's late. I don't know if I'm doing any running around. And it's hot today. I know you're here in VA, so you know how hot it is.
It was bad. It was like humid and 89 degrees.
Wow.
I did get some tomato plants on my porch, though.
Did you? I got to get my ACs on. It's just so hot.
You don't have your AC on? Well,
No, I mean, I have a window unit in my bedroom, so it's cool in there, but I'm in the studio. And I got the studio lights on, so it's just extra hot in here.
Yeah, you got too many.
I got a big window unit for the room. I just haven't put it in yet, so I'll have AC in here probably tomorrow.
Yeah, that would be a good.
That ain't helping me. That ain't helping me tonight. You know what I'm saying? Unless I feel like getting up and doing it, and I really don't feel like getting up and doing it. So
well, wait 5 minutes and the weather will change. Hey,
I don't know. It's changing hotter and hotter.
Yeah,
changing from hot to hotter.
It was like 50 the other day.
I know it's like 100 degrees right now. I'm sweating.
Yeah, you need that AC, a fan, something.
I saw those poor immigrants or migrants, and is that the same thing?
The ones that got ran over. I heard it was an accident that he actually went through an intersection, lost control of the vehicle, and the vehicle started flipping.
Yeah.
And it hit the people.
Footage? Did you see?
No.
It's intense. Yeah. Someone sent it to me on my messenger, and I watched it. It's pretty quick, but I've never seen a person get hit.
When you can.
You want to? Sure.
Yeah, I figure I have a nightmare. Why not?
Nightmare in the dark. I mean, in the heat.
I ain't seen a good horror movie in a while, so.
Lord,
I need something a little shocking in my life.
Oh,
you went to the crazy place.
You'll have it all right.
Something I heard about the one of the other stories we talked about yesterday with the whole mall shooting thing was I heard that guy had a neo-Nazi patch sewn on his right sleeve. You believe that shit?
Yeah, he did. They showed his whole bare chest, and yeah, I saw that too.
That's this country. I'm sorry. Okay, we're supposed to be the best country in the world, but we are seriously fucked up. Like, in a lot of ways.
I just think if you're gonna have the death penalty in this country, it should be across the board. You know, we're not 50 individual countries, we're one country. So if we're gonna say, hey, we execute people that do horrible crimes, we need to execute them all the way across the board.
Yep.
You don't see a lot of crime in Saudi Arabia, do you? You steal something, they cut your hand off.
That's what I said, Matt. You know, when it comes to Leticia, it really makes me wish we had Sharia law. She should be killed in every way that she tried to kill Gannon.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Boy.
Well,
Not
I mean,
just
that would be a
her,
little.
but
That would be a
Maria.
little too. I don't think you can do it that bad in the public square because you know she stabbed that boy, burnt that boy, shot that boy.
Yeah.
18 times she stabbed him.
I know it was just horrible listening to the judge describe it because he was so calm and cool, collective to be like, you are the worst piece of shit in the world, basically.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what his
I
speech broke down to me.
his speech like 3 times today, like uninterrupted, just listen because it was good. It was
Yeah,
like
I really enjoyed
silver
the fact.
platter and chopping her head off and then giving it back to her.
Well, I really enjoyed the fact that he cut her whole defense down at the knees, man. He was like, I have had people in here who might have had dissociative identity disorder, and I've dealt with people who were schizophrenic, and they've had, you know, whatever type of remorse or whatever, but you didn't have that. Da 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 da. He was like ripping. I mean, can you say cutting the defense down? Because that was her whole fucking defense.
Well, that lady
Absolutely.
that used
I
to
agree.
defend her DID whatever was crazy herself. Like their defense for her craziness was crazier than batshit crazy.
Are you talking about Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Terrible.
I call her. Sorry, I call her Dr. Quackadoodle.
Yeah, we all were in the chat going, this lady's insane. Like,
Yeah, Dr.
listen
Quackadoodle.
to.
They should have made her stand up that whole time the judge was addressing her. I mean, I know they'll do that right at the regular sentencing.
He just sentenced her to
I
life without
agree,
possibility
Tina.
of
Well,
parole.
I mean, but she doesn't come in again in some orange gown and that kind of deal.
Nah, she
Oh,
just got sentenced.
all
well,
right. Well,
did you?
they should have had her stand her fat
One at a
ass.
time, guys. One at a time.
They should have had her stand her fat ass up the whole time. She looked like she was bored.
I love this
Yeah.
trial because the jury got to ask questions, and the judge was awesome. I've never seen the jury ask questions of the people on the stand.
Man.
Have you ever seen that?
No.
And they were good
No.
questions.
No.
But Tina, did you hear? He basically said, "I don't want to fucking see you again," because he said that he was like writing off certain charges because he didn't want to see her ass again. He was like, "Well, we'll go ahead and something about writing off these other charges because of your."
It'll all run concurrent anyway with her parole, with her life with no parole. So she's never getting out. It don't matter what she gets.
Right.
He could give her a 1 day. She's still never getting out on the other
They didn't want
charge.
her
You know what
out.
I'm saying?
They didn't want her out to even go to court, so they dropped her.
Nope.
Well, and the thing charges were her trying to escape jail with like conspiracy with another inmate. Because I watched the news conference also, and
I didn't watch the news conference.
Yeah, I never thought she was trying to escape. I thought she was just trying to attack the officer.
Oh
No, that was different. That was separate.
Yeah, no, she tried to escape jail, the whole jail.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah,
Still haven't
she
seen her bop him in the head.
smacked
with the
one of the
soap.
transporters with a monster drink.
yeah, I seen that.
That was
I
awful.
have. I need to
That
see.
one lady was pregnant and she ended up quitting. She
Mm.
left the force because of that incident. Because I mean, both of their guns were right there, and Tisha knew how to use them, and she could have disarmed them and used their guns on them. And that's what she was trying to do.
Yeah,
Well, we don't have to worry about
she's
her killing anybody else
Nope, she's bye to the bye.
unless she hurts somebody in the prison because she's crazy.
I think
Would you want that lady sleeping next to you in a prison cell? Think about that.
Hell no.
I hope her daughter doesn't visit her ever.
She
You know,
went.
I mean,
Turned against.
well,
You
I
know,
don't
look, a
think
kid is going to love you
someday.
no matter what. You know, that's her
I
mom, and
know.
she's going to love her no
I
matter
know.
what. I bet she's,
I know.
you know, that's going to haunt her
Probably
forever.
I tell you what, if you ever want to see something awesome, go watch
will visit her.
Harley's testimony against her mom, because she believed her mom until she pleaded insanity. And that's another thing the judge admonished her for. She said, "You tried to ruin Harley's life
I did see it. I
and take
saw
her
that.
down with you."
Yeah, but wasn't her daughter facing charges for accessory?
Yeah, because her mom wouldn't let
No.
her go back. And she was with her mom when they went to Florida and then to South Carolina, but they dumped the whole thing that was really awesome was the ping that van made at when Leticia dumped Gannon's body in the river and Harley was asleep.
Right.
And the van pinged
But Vixen,
right at that spot on the bridge.
if you listen to the judge, he said that she tried to insert Harley into it, and he said, and that's not going to happen because it didn't happen. So I guess they had proof that actually, and I'm not sticking up because I know at 17 or even at 16, my senses would have been high enough to know, hey, my mom's up to something. But I suppose people are naive. I don't know. But the judge, if you go back and listen to it, he got on her butt about trying to insert Harley into it.
Exactly.
So, and that was right. And I was just like, wow, you go. Cause like he laid it to it, and bravo to the judge. Bravo.
Yeah, well, the judge even said, he was like, there are people who are trying to tie her into this, but she had no responsibility whatsoever. Like, he just called it out the way it was. I was like, good for you, Judge, because if there's no way nobody, I mean, how could anybody have known, really? I mean, is that the first thought?
Well,
Is that the first thought that you were gonna have whenever you vacation with your mom? Is, oh, well, my brother is in my mom's luggage, so maybe I should check this bag before we leave. Like, no.
well, I guess they were going basically on the smell. Like, why didn't she smell anything? Like, You
It's in the
know, I mean,
trunk.
uh, well, he was in a not a trunk, suitcase, but
Suitcase in a trunk.
they were
Well,
asking, no, a suitcase
with
in
a
the
lot of
back of
bedding.
of a van.
With a lot of bedding
Well,
wrapped
Yeah,
around it.
and
the guys that found the
yeah, they said
they
One
didn't
at a
go
time,
ahead,
guys. One
Vixen.
at a
I'm
time.
sorry.
they didn't smell anything when the guys that found the luggage under the bridge. They didn't smell anything until they opened it and peeled back the blankets. So she put something in there to make sure that it didn't have any smell.
Yep.
Wow. Can you imagine riding around with that in your car for days?
Well,
Well, I
think
think
about
the
it.
other thing
She
was
did
that, hold on, guys.
2
The other thing
weeks.
was that she
One at a
had
time.
the air conditioning cranked up because Harley testified to that, was that she kept complaining that it was so cold in the damn cars, but the mom had the AC cranked up, and they even testified that the cooler the temperature, the slower the rate of decomposition, and therefore the smell of the decomposition would permeate the air. So, I mean, you know.
Plus, being in a zipped up.
Well, they all.
Hold on.
Sorry, Mel.
Being in a zipped up suitcase will kill a lot of the smell. Plus, all the blankets and stuff, and
Right.
the air conditioner, and probably windows cracked.
Well, they also
I
said that
still bet
that
that I bet that car
when she was
still smells
moving,
like death.
Go
they
ahead,
also said when
Nick.
she was moving
Even
him, she
I
put him out
even
in
when
the
a mouse
cold air.
dies, it
And
stinks.
One at a time, guys. Okay, go.
I
Wait,
feel
there
like
has been a female trying to speak. Hold up while this female speaks, fine.
Me incognito.
I don't know.
I feel like she took Tiguan to the airport and it was freezing, so Gannon froze in the back in the suitcase. So Gannon was probably frozen most of the time that he was in the back of the van. Like she strategically made sure that that suitcase was frozen. Plus, when she took it to that
Really?
lake
What?
where it was,
Can you explain that more? What? How did she make sure the suitcase was frozen? I didn't hear that at all.
because it was freezing rain the night they were looking for him, and it snowed like the whole time. She had him stashed in some woods, and then she picked him up in the Tiguan, which she didn't take to pick up Al. She went and rented a different car so she could make sure that the frozen suitcase would stay in the Tiguan till she
All
could
right.
put it in the moving van. So that's my theory.
CJ.
Well, yeah, see, once the once he reached freezing temperature because of all that stuff she was talking about, was that it was difficult for the core temperature of a body to warm up enough. So it stayed frozen. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
once it got to I think they said 60 degrees maybe. Uh, the core temperature was 60 degrees, I think. But anyway, it's like it's basically frozen, and so once it got to that freezing temperature, it stayed that way. So God only knows. How long did it take for her to drive to Florida?
1,300 miles.
That's a long drive.
Okay, well you could do that in a day.
Days?
Aw.
I
What
think
kind of
it took
puppy
her
is that?
2 days.
Aw.
That's cute.
Is that a puppy?
Yes,
What
let me
is
have
that?
it. It looks like a sit shoe.
What is
What
it,
kind?
me
What is it?
incognito?
What's the brand?
Maybe a pug.
it says she did right, It's a Shih Tzu.
See, I was right. I know my dogs.
Jimmy, you're always right. Good grief.
Dolly,
you go.
right.
I know my
Jimmy always
doggies.
right.
I'm a
Boy,
little
Rick
doggy
on.
lover. I know my little doggies.
They could
You
have.
know what I'm saying?
Tisha could have frozen that suitcase before she left. I mean, in a freezer or something.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
froze
I
in
mean, you would need a big freezer to put a suitcase in.
Yep.
and then it was freezing rain for 2 days before she picked it back up. So he was frozen in that car when she picked him up.
And
This
then
is
you
so
Frozen.
Well, she's sitting in a cold jail cell right now, freezing. Let me tell you, them jails are cold as shit.
not cold enough. Fucking.
God,
I know. I know. They need to put her in there with some ice
CJ.
cubes.
CJ.
And right now she's high profile, so she's locked down by herself. That's the worst treatment you can get.
Her heart is frozen.
Yeah, she ain't have no heart.
You got that right.
No, she didn't
Wow.
have no heart for
Poor Harley.
Gannon, that's for sure.
I mean, how does Harley feel about all this now?
Yeah.
Sticking up for her mom and then finding out she's guilty. Poor girl. She's going to have therapy and trauma for years.
Well, see, the thing that I kind of took issue. I don't even know if I want to say took issue with. She set up a GoFundMe page, right? For her, she lost her dad, and now she lost her mom, right? And so I was like, okay, well, I can kind of understand that because at the time she was 17, you know, she was underage or whatever. And she only got $800 from that, I believe they said.
Yeah.
It actually kind of, in a way, makes sense because she has lost her mom.
Yeah.
In more than one way. Like,
She's 20
I
now.
feel
Right?
bad.
She was 17 then, was she? And now she's 20.
Yeah.
That Harley? Okay.
Yeah.
She's trying to put herself through nursing school.
Well, she said, you know, she did it because it was the right thing to do, and she's right. It was the right thing to do.
And I love that. That was awesome. Like,
And I mean, even if her daughter hadn't have testified, she was going to prison anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So her daughter shouldn't think to herself, my mom's in prison because of me. Her mom's in prison because of her decisions. And it wasn't that girl's fault, you know?
You're right.
wasn't. But I
Letitia's
love
in prison because of Leticia. You're right.
Yeah, she's in there because of her and her actions.
You're
you know,
right.
her daughter did the right thing, and that'll help her sleep at night. It should anyway. You know.
You should play Al Stauch's comments. It was powerful.
Okay.
You know what we should do? We should set
You
up
gonna
a
play 'em, Jimmy?
GoFundMe. No, we should set up a GoFundMe for Jimmy so that he can go to Colorado and then use his
What am I going to do in Colorado now, though?
Well, I was thinking maybe we could get you to fly your drone a shank over to somebody who really doesn't like it, so they can shank the shit out.
We can't do that. We can't do that. We can't
That's
do that.
it.
You could do that and go skiing.
No, we can't do that.
Probably
one.
some mountains with
I got an
snow.
icy drone.
What am I
I'll try to
looking
put
for?
in there.
I'm looking for Al's testimony.
Yeah. His
That's
comments.
1 month ago. When is it?
No.
No.
His comments on the sentence.
Okay, killer sentencing right here.
Ikenmel has it up.
Hold on.
My brother Lionel ended up a state senator. He's fought for voting
I got
rights,
it. I
for
got
the
it.
right to
All right,
choose.
this is for you, Mab.
God.
Family impact.
Thank you.
Taking on.
This is for you, Mab.
Most people have no clue.
God,
that
how many commercials
2023
is on
best
this shit?
with physical product.
Here it is.
Al Stauch, Gannon's father, capital Father.
Can y'all hear that?
Oh.
Yeah.
Last name Stauch,
Can we see it, Jimmy, or no?
Stauch.
Nah. We
All right.
Let's start with
you can hear it.
something
Oh,
for
there's
my
a
wife.
guy
Go to
crying.
Icked Mail. He has a video.
Do it. So
I got it right here.
this is my wife, Melissa, and these are her words.
Okay.
Some may say or think that I wouldn't be here if it weren't for Tisha. In part, that may be accurate, and I would be okay with that, because then Gannon would still be here. I too know the pain of losing a child.
There
There
you
is
go.
no greater pain. We are now lifelong grief partners, as this is a lifelong journey of pain, with 2 sons waiting for us in heaven. I have some words from my daughter Elena I will address in the middle of my speech, but they're written in yellow, so I don't know if I should leave it to a child. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever God may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody, but unbowed. Beyond this place of the wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years shall find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishment the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. The poem I read is named Invictus, translated from the Latin means unconquerable. I quoted this same poem at Gannon's Memorial here in Colorado Springs back in August of 2020. Why August of 2020? When his body was ripped to shreds on January 27th? Well, as we heard testimony to, his body was found 1,370 miles away. And then the process to identify his maggot-infested remains.
This is horrible. This is horrible, guys.
Uh-huh.
Trigger warning, everybody. Trigger warning. Wow, that is just horrible to even hear.
That's detailed.
Holy cow.
It's so sad.
No, poor dad, man. Poor guy. This is why you don't hook up with crazy women. I gotta stay away from crazy women.
Hey, Jimmy,
out.
Wow.
He ripped her a new one.
All right, let's keep it going.
Yeah, he ripped her a new one.
As I stated in my testimony on the stand, Gannon was being born severely premature and barely filled my 2 hands the first time I held him.
1.6 ounces.
At the end of his life, after his body was cremated into a pile of ashes, he was ultimately no bigger than the first time I held him. As brutal as the wait became, I'm thankful to God and the bridge workers for finding him and returning his precious body to Landon and I. I quote the poem Invictus again.
Thank you, Bridge.
Not to boast of my strength and perseverance, Your Honor, but to say to the world, I alone can control my actions and reactions. Your Honor, I refuse to allow anger to poison my soul and orient my life to a pursuit of vengeance. I refuse to allow pain to carry me through each day and promote the pursuit of medicinal retribution toward the offender. I refuse also to let my mind be clouded by inconsistency and emotions that deter me from the purpose in this life. Your Honor, the price I pay each and every day for this resolve is to only get pieces and parts of my son.
Wow. Wow.
Consistently through time. But the pain is too heavy and the anger too overwhelming and the desire for vengeance too vexing. Instead, each and every day I pursue peace. I seek joy in my life and let the love I have for my wife and family flow in and out of me like a mighty wave. As I told Tisha regularly at the end of our relationship, my joy is mine alone, and she cannot rob me of that. I will learn to experience G more and more as time goes on, but as I did my best to instill into his precious soul, love, joy, service, and kindness are the pathway to take in life. This picture shows that in the 4th grade, he already had a mind for service.
They're showing his picture.
Throughout these past 3 years since Gannon was beaten and drugged, carved up, shot at point blank range, and discarded like yesterday's garbage, I've encountered many people that would figuratively do the same to me. I've been questioned, compared
He
as
tells
to my abusive father, and ridiculed for my approach to finding Gannon. I hope now that the world has seen that I was assigned the most arduous task of finding Gannon in the only place that was possible for him to have been in the mind of a killer. Were my efforts fruitful? I believe so. But from the moment I did not see the Volkswagen Tiguan, or however you say it, at French Elementary on that Tuesday evening, a clear direction for finding Gannon pointed directly and precisely at Tisha. While others online, some who are even in the courtroom today, questioned my perceived lack of effort or concern, I stood still and stood firm in knowing that only one person had the information needed to find Gannon. Now I say woe to the person who questions a father's resolve when the safety and well-being of his children are at stake. I did not waver. I did not falter in the pursuit, nor did I allow the mentality of the mob to shake me. But it was only by the grace of God that Gannon's precious body was finally found. In Mark 4:39 of the Bible, in the middle of a storm, Christ arose and rebuked the wind and said, "Peace, be still." In times of trial in my life, from seeing my father being taken away in handcuffs, to seeing that sweet 1 pound, 6 ounce baby boy for the.
You may have tried drop shipping in the past, and you might have started to get
Oh,
sales.
Lord.
Then maybe you started to see deposits coming in.
My firstborn son being put in a plug bag after he was born to help regulate his body temperature, and now searching for and never finding my son again. I have but one choice, and that is the times of trial and tribulation to have that peace and be still. As I alluded to previously, that stillness does provide an easy target for many who do not understand peace, hope, and even faith. Some, including Tisha, feasted on my stillness, attacked, and yes, left several scars. One of these scars comes in the form of the financial and residential ruin that began in the early days of this appeal. I'm just going to skip this part because I don't want to make this any more about me. I'm not seeking any restitution, Your Honor. For the $1.50 a month I received from the defendant, Tisha, would just keep me connected to her for the rest of my life, and I don't want that. So absolutely no restitution.
Amen.
The murderer
No,
I speak
that's
was
right.
not always such. When I met Tisha, she was beautiful, extremely intelligent, as many have testified to, and a seemingly successful woman. A far cry from the nappy-headed, murderous, narcissistic, and arrogantly flippant human being sits in our midst today.
Amen.
Having a background in teaching, social work, higher education, certified babysitting, and endless amount of credentials, that should render one trustworthy when it relates to the safety of children. However, although she remains too much a coward to state the facts of what she did to Gannon, too much a lily-livered, self-centered, pathological liar to ask for forgiveness, and too much the facade of one who actually cares for others to have taken her frustration out on an adult or one who could defend themselves, she will one day give an account through her words or through her time. Sending pictures of Gannon sleeping to Landon and I was telling, as the boy looked pale and absent of the energies that so defined him. This is what a happy, healthy little boy looks like when he's sleeping. The next picture.
It says, let this man say his piece without
That's
interruption.
what a little boy sleeping looks like. These pictures on the screen are of a happy, healthy little boy that's sleeping sweetly, healthily where he lay. The impact Tisha had as a result of this heinous crime stretches far wider and far deeper than I could depict through my statement today. 2 other people torn to pieces as a result of this are Gannon's sister, Lena, and Harley. Speaking of Harley, I feel as though I've lost 2 children as a result of this tragedy, one of which I will never see on this earth again, and the other which I do not know if a relationship can be salvaged with. Now for Lena.
He loved Harley.
The video
Still
you saw
does.
No
submitted in the
comments.
evidence, her bebopping down the street is actually an excellent depiction of Lena and her happiness and her joy in life. She is very loving, trusting, and at times way too social. Normally, you might be concerned by your little girl talking to the utility guy working in the front yard, but in this case, it was the inside of her own home that was of grave concern. Nonetheless, her loss, Lena's loss, is like none I can even imagine. She lost her big brother, her only brother at the time. I still do not know if she has fully processed or fully understands the gravity of the situation, but regardless has pressed forward and is thriving as best as she can. I am so proud of her.
So yeah, it looks like he really cared about his stepkid, and he's probably proud that she did the right thing by coming up there and testifying and all that stuff.
Amen.
Wow.
He
These are
wanted
her words.
to adopt her.
Best I can. And this is what I asked her if she wanted to say anything to Tisha, and this is what she said in her sweetest mind that she has. That you do not do that to people, especially your stepkids. And that it is never all right to do these things. How sweeter of a response can you get? Now for my precious, premature firstborn son. Get it? Never in my
Everybody
wildest
mute.
dreams ever thought you'd be in danger, buddy, or I wouldn't have not left you.
That is hard to listen to right there. Wow.
Let's all
Wow.
mute.
Yeah, everybody
Except
mute. I mean,
Dolly.
it's like, no parent thinks when they leave their kid with their significant other that they're going to do some crazy shit like this.
Let's all mute except Dolly.
At home with what turned out to be your murderer and the last person to ever see you on this earth. I'm so sorry. Through a father's eyes, children are truly a gift from God and among the best and most perfect creations God can make. Your Honor, I do need to clear one thing up with the defense. It was said both in the opening statement and in the closing, somehow Gannon has been compared to a demon. And I understand the process. I do. But if they want to take the case up of Gannon being a demon, I will line people up from Alaska to Denver to Colorado Springs, all the way to South Carolina to testify against them. Gannon was nobody's demon. I don't care how much anyone was abused or anything. He was not anyone's demon. Oh, okay. Gannon was truly my buddy. Very recently, before he died, the most alarming thing he did was call me dad. Up until age 10 or 11, I was daddy. But in the last months of his life, I was just dad. A signal that he was coming into those junior high, pre-teenage years. Another amazing thing that is he finally started asking me regularly to play ball with him. He was never too much into sports for most of his life, but that last 6 to 9 months, he really started enjoying playing ball. Some of the most memorable times were him running little 5-yard football routes in the street in front of our house. Most of the time he dropped the ball, but he kept asking, let's do it again. I almost had it that time, Daddy. Oh, and that Nintendo Switch. One of the most difficult pieces of evidence to give up was his Nintendo, because that probably has the most of him on it.
To live a more Mediterranean life.
Okay, commercial.
Travel half the globe. Get to
Let's go here.
Knowing I may never see that again is truly devastating. For him, many of his games were not just games, but a challenge to overcome, as I made him beat specific games before I would buy him the next one. I remember not long before he died, him beating the old school Zelda game he had. As he felt he was getting close to beating the final monster, he paused it, ran upstairs, and we sat at the kitchen island, and he beat it right there together with me. He was as excited as I ever saw him. With all of that and all of the pain of only being able to see him play through the one YouTube video he was able to make, which I'm about to play, I can sleep in peace at night because the father I am and the son he is was culminated as always in our final embrace as he ran out of arms and downstairs to watch Pokemon, I in his heart and he in mine. If we could try to play that video, just maybe the first 10 or 15 seconds of it.
Hey guys, and today I'm about to play some Sonic Maniac. Alright, zoom in. And yes, cameraman is right here. Grandpa Sour White Gaming. And yes, sign up for our channels. We're going to be doing a lot of these together. Give a shout out to him. His channel, Freedom.
Thank you. I was one of the many he hoped to make, and the only one he was actually able to make.
Wow.
I do want to add something that I don't have in my speech that me and Landon already had a conversation about this, and I owe her an apology as well as she already gave me one, that we allowed Tisha to manipulate us into some of the pain and disagreements that we had between one another. And Landon, I'm sorry. But I will say this. Tisha was not the glue to keep everything together. She was not the answer. And this is not a jab, Landon, okay? But Lena still lives with me. Tisha, you were not the answer. Now, Your Honor, if I have any influence on the final sentence for Tisha, first I ask to be stripped of my last name immediately. It's nauseating and infuriating to hear her called Miss Stauch this past 3 years.
That's true.
Secondly, I ask that for every mile she drove Gannon across the country, she spent 1 day in solitary confinement. I think that take us in between 3 and 4 years.
Wow.
After that
3 or
journey is
4
complete,
years,
I recommend her sentence be equal to every year she stripped off of Gannon's life, which for the average male in America right now is 77. So that would give her 66 more years in addition to the 11 he lived. Lastly, for every year of Harley's life that she abusively manipulated that child, she should have an additional year of prison. That adds 21 years to the total. I think without parole, that should suffice. I pray also that Tisha lives the fullest and happiest life that any inmate possibly can live. I also pray that every night before she falls asleep, her last breath before she drifts off sounds
that's so
just like the
sad.
breath that she describes Gannon breathing as life left his body. And that all through her sleep, she dreams of all the fun they had at Disney and other places we went throughout our time together. And that every morning as she is about to wake, the end of her dream, the last words Gannon spoke to her, screamed or cried, "Tisha, stop! You're hurting me. Why, Tisha? Daddy, help me."
I don't even know if I can listen to this. I mean, this is hard for me. Oh my God. I feel so bad for this man. So bad. Wow.
I know, man. I'm such a
You got me
bitch when it
tearing
comes to
up.
shit
It's
like this.
just like I can't help it. My damn eyes are watering now. It's just like this is just so sad, so horrible to watch.
That's why I wanted to
I
Wow.
know. I know.
Strong.
Oh my
Strong
God.
statement. This is a hurting man.
It's breaking my heart hearing them.
I want my
Dude, I'm already crying.
I know.
Everybody
I'm like
mute.
I've never heard a statement like this ever.
Everybody mute. Let's hear him.
I wish you would tell me what those words were so I would know. And then as she speaks those words, the sound of a gunshot goes off and she wakes. Every day and night, I pray she relives just those moments and then wakes up to a nice, warm, and kosher breakfast. In conclusion, I would like to share a picture of Gannon in his final state and find a resting place, and thank everyone that has had a positive impact on my family and I. To everyone that has shared the positive impact Gannon has had on your life, from a proud and broken father, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you. I'd like to pause until we can get that last photo up.
Yeah, I think this is
I
the
think
end.
he
We don't
did a great job.
We don't see the photos. I mean,
Ooh. Yeah, this is heartbreaking, man. Poor guy, man. Wow. And she's just sitting over there like nothing in the world, like
no remorse.
none.
He doesn't
Man.
care. She doesn't care.
Not a bit.
Man, I'd be ranking on her hair the whole damn time.
I didn't know if I was gonna be able to make it through that. That was carrying me out bad. I was like, wow. When he was saying it hurting me, and I was like, oh my God.
I cried when I saw it.
It's just, man, I wouldn't want to see
He called
anybody
me
in that.
bitch, whatever, bro. Yeah, man. That's
Yeah, I don't want to see anybody in that type of pain, man.
And how many phone calls was she talking about her getting back together with her husband? Fuck her, man.
Not getting a feed from your laptop.
Wow. Just
I agree.
she deserves every bit of what he asked for. I think she deserves
You
more than
damn
that.
right.
And what he asked for was reasonable to me. You know what I'm saying? She'll never live to
You
that age.
damn
She'll
right.
never get out.
Mhm.
You damn right.
Thanks, Ruby.
That's it.
Oh, that's it.
Wow.
And heartbreaking,
Yep.
heartbreaking, heartbreaking. I can't say any other thing but heartbreaking.
That's what I thought. That's why I wanted to show it.
I mean,
It crushed.
thank you for making me cry, man.
No problem.
That was
Yeah,
bad.
no shit. No shit. No shit. That was pitiful, man.
I mean, anytime it involves a child like that, it's bad. You know it's going to be bad going into it. That's the whole bad thing about true crime is it's so sad, and most of the time it's just doom and gloom. Occasionally, somebody gets found or there's some good news comes out, but for the most part, it's just sad shit after sad shit. And watching that man, like I'm a father. I would never, ever want to have to say what he said ever it would be the worst
Oh
nightmare in anybody's
hell
whole entire life.
no.
Well,
Now that's when I could kill somebody. Remember I said you had to be psycho? No, well that would make me psycho.
Hey,
what did it for me was the amount of detail that he included in with that statement, like talking about maggots eating the body, and
I know he made it gruesome. I mean,
yeah,
he painted you a picture so you could see it. So when you felt what he was saying, because he's just painting this image of something that's so horrific that poor man. Prayers for him and his family, and wow, man.
for a
Wow.
minute there we had
It hurts my heart.
no
I may be a
escape.
big softy,
Hey,
but man,
this girl on the meadows wanting to say something.
The lack of emotion coming from her just made me want to puke.
Yep.
Just saying. Just saying. The lack of emotion.
you're right.
Like she stone cold. She didn't give a shit. Like, I don't care. Yeah, I did it. Fuck you. Whatever. The lack of emotion just did it for me today. It did it for me.
The good thing she's off the streets.
yeah,
She can do it again.
Gannon's mom
Thank
also
God.
did a speech. Gannon's mom also did a speech, but I don't know if you want to play it. But
is it sad as that? I barely made it through that.
no,
I'll be dead
it's
honest
not
with you.
quite as. No, it was
Hey,
good.
no shit, Dolly. No shit. No
I
shit.
barely made it
Dude,
through
I'm
that
a
when I
bitch
was
when it
about to
comes to
stop
shit
it and
like
be
that.
like,
I ain't even
yeah,
playing.
I'm a big, I just, you know what I'm saying? I'm a father, and it crushes my heart. I just
Me
couldn't even
too,
imagine
man.
that, man.
My boy's 22-year-old.
And he's a
Some
strong man for being able to get up there and say that and hold it together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to hold it together. I would be trying to
somebody.
attack that lady in the courtroom. They'd have to tase me. They would
Yeah.
have to shackle me down. They'd kick me out the courtroom. I couldn't be there. I just could not be there whatsoever. I could not stand beside that lady
Yeah.
ever in my life. If she was anybody that would hurt my child, they better have the guards ready. They better be ready to lock me up and never let me out. Never, ever in a million years let me out.
Hell yeah.
Because I know it's wrong, but the only thing in my mind would be revenge. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say it, but when you do something that bad, I don't even blame you for seeking revenge at that point. You know? Wow. Poor man. Poor
Soul
man.
crushing.
It was. He was like 6 feet from her, right?
Prayers to him,
Not
man.
even
He's a
10.
strong
About
man.
20
Strong
feet.
man. Better man to me. Better man to me because I would have went crazy. I'd have went absolutely insane. Insane. Like I don't know how he could stand that close to her.
Yeah.
You
I'd have
know?
got her before the
Right.
trial. I'd have got her
I just-
before the trial, and nobody would have known the
Whew.
difference.
That is Poor
Yeah.
kid. Poor
That
kid, man.
nappy-headed,
Poor
nappy-headed
family.
guy was pretty good.
He's been
Just
waiting
saying.
for this too.
I need to get into something else. This shit's too sad. I need to get into something a niche that is not so heart wrenching.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, let's.
Hello,
We
Dolly.
mix it up, Dolly.
Can
You
we
got
switch the topic? Y'all done made me all sad
Dolly.
watching that, man. That's horrible.
you Dolly.
I was in
You
good
got
spirits. That's just
you
depressed
mix it
me.
up with the ghost adventures and stuff.
Lord.
You mix it up.
I know, but that's sad. I'm sweating.
It was powerful.
Got me leaking. Nose running out. I was just like, man, poor dude. Poor dude.
Is this not the time?
Not
What is
the
it?
time.
Louisiana
Go ahead, Tina.
homeowner. Louisiana homeowner accused of shooting 14-year-old girl playing hide and seek in his backyard.
What? All right, go ahead, Tina.
I
Take
heard
the
that.
floor.
All right. No. David V. Doyle has been charged with aggravated battery, 4 counts of aggravated assault with a firearm, and illegal discharge of a firearm. But she didn't die. This is what's so amazing. I skimmed it before anyway, a 14-year-old was shot in the back of her head after authorities say a homeowner allegedly opened fire after she was spotted playing hide and seek in his backyard. The teen suffered non-life-threatening injuries. How can that be? You got shot in the... Anyway, Louisiana homeowner David V. Doyle, 58.
Maybe he didn't call the police right away. You know what I'm saying? If she didn't have life-threatening injuries, maybe he shot her and she was laying there for a little while and then died.
She didn't die.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good story. She didn't die.
Yeah, the teen suffered non-life-threatening injuries. How, I don't know. Louisiana homeowner David V. Doyle, 58, told officials after the incident took place on Sunday that he went inside his home to retrieve his firearm after he observed shadows outside his home. According to a press release from the agency,
He was messed up.
an initial investigation into the incident showed that multiple individuals were playing on Doyle's property when the incident took place. The press release states, I'm assuming this is him that
He
shot
looks
her.
like an asshole.
Yeah.
Doyle
Hey, I
told
seen that somewhere today.
Doyle told detectives that he unknowingly hit the unidentified teenager after he began shooting at the individuals when they were running away from the property. After CPSO officials responded to the scene and identified the teenager's wound, she was transported to an out-of-town hospital to be treated for non-life-threatening injuries.
Okay.
Amen.
Yeah, while the incident remains under investigation, Doyle has been arrested, booked into the Calcaso Correctional Center, and has been charged with aggravated battery, illegal discharge of a firearm, and 4 counts of aggravated assault with a firearm. His bond remains pending.
In what state?
Louisiana, I think it said.
You gotta watch being in people's yards. You know what I'm saying?
Why doesn't it say what state?
I ain't saying it's right, but you got
Louisiana.
especially people think you're out there stealing or something, and some people shouldn't have guns, like Chris says.
Louisiana, Jimmy.
Louisiana.
That dude shouldn't have had a gun. He was not
Nah,
trained.
definitely not. If he gonna shoot a kid running away, and there's no reason to shoot anybody running away because they ain't no threat to you.
Yeah, I saw this.
Now, if they were running at you in the middle of the night and you walked out in your backyard, now that's a different story. But they're running away from you. I'm just saying, in the middle of the night, you don't know what it is. You can't see it. It's running at you in the middle of the night in your yard. Yeah, I would be like, I might do the same thing. But if you're running away from me, I ain't going to be like, let me shoot this, whatever it is, running away from me. If you was running at me, I'd be scared. You know what I'm saying? You running away from me, I'm calling the police.
Damn
right.
And then there was a shooting after a party in Texas, or no, California, and this pretty 17-year-old was the one that died right there.
Where in California?
Let me look at it.
LA, probably.
A 17-year-old girl who was killed after a house party in California has been identified. Chico, a party in Chico.
Oh,
Her
that's a
name's
beer town.
Her name is Justina
Yeah.
Stubby, Stubbe, was killed outside a house party in Chico.
Fight probably broke out. Somebody started shooting. She was hit. You know how that stuff happens, man.
Yeah,
That's
it
terrible.
real early in the morning. It says she was fatally shot around 3:26 a.m. Saturday outside of a house party in Chico. 5 other people between the ages of 17 and 21 were injured in the drive-by shooting.
Gang stuff right there.
They were tore up from the toe up, all of them.
Oh
Whole
my
damn party.
Wow.
Yeah,
Besides
they
the
were.
drive-by.
Hi, you guys. This was a large
Nothing
party
against
that got
Chico,
out
but
of
it's all
hand.
good though.
Yeah.
Some mention of firearms being seen at the party, and we responded and were able to disperse the party. Officers cleared out the partygoers and arrested a suspect on charges of possession and reckless discharge of a firearm for an alleged earlier incident at a different party. Aldridge said
Really?
30 minutes after officers left the Columbus Avenue party, these folks came by and fired off rounds. Yep.
You got that
Dumb
gang
fucking
violence ain't no
kids.
joke. We don't have a whole lot of gang violence like that here in Virginia, like they do in the West Coast. We don't get a lot of that. I mean, it happens, but it very not as much.
We got
Yeah.
gangs. We got gangs in Salinas and Watsonville near me, but none in my neighborhood.
Well, there's a little bit more, you guys. Aldridge believes the shooters were asked to leave the party because they were carrying handguns. The person who was living there saw they had weapons on them and asked them to leave. At this point, it doesn't appear to be related to gang activity and anything more than being asked to leave the party because they had handguns on them. I think this was very isolated and had nothing to do in particular with
Please
anybody
be lying.
who was shot. Everybody happened to be coming out and leaving when they were shot. It
That
is a
sounds
uni-
just like gang stuff to me.
There ain't much gangs up in Chico, Dolly. It's a
Yeah.
college town. It's a college town.
Yeah, it's now the next part is it is a university city. Aldridge says there are parties all over. I don't think the shooters were students, just local thugs that carry firearms because they commit crimes all the time. The surviving victims were transported to a nearby hospital and are all in stable condition after suffering
How
non-life
many
threatening
got shot?
injuries. There were 3 males ages 18, 20, and 21, and a 17-year-old female. And that's
Damn.
it. That was the same day, I think, or night or morning or whatever of the mall shooting, right? Or
Hello,
something
Amber.
terrible.
Drunk fucks with guns.
Guys, I'm fading
You're
fast.
Okay, how you doing tonight? Other than
who,
fading
me?
fast, yeah.
No, I'm not fading. I'm good.
Oh,
I'm good.
that's
That wasn't me.
Amber. Amber
wasn't me.
Dunn.
Oh, God. So
I'll put this
depressing.
on. I mean, I don't have makeup on or anything, so I'm really tired. I just wanted to jump in real quick and talk real quick about that story with the teenage girl who got shot. I have a Ring doorbell, and there's this young man. He's a teenager. He looks like a teenager, and he's been jumping over fences. And people people on the Ring doorbell, we get alerts like, do you know who this kid is and all that. And we think what he's doing is he's just trying to get to his house faster. And and it's scary to, because he doesn't realize, like, people have weapons and they will shoot you down and kill you if you're going through their yard. And so if you have kids, teenagers, let them know, like, just don't do that, because
I mean, when I was a kid, we used to go knock on people's door and run.
Yeah,
I ain't never worried about getting shot. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And you would think a grown up would know, hey, it's just some kids playing. Don't shoot the kids. You know what I'm saying?
But the way things are these days, man, we just don't know. Everybody's on like hyper alert. and not, I'm not saying the guy was like, you know, good for him. Like he
Yeah,
he
you
shouldn't
set
have
some
done
doo doo
that.
on. You set some doo doo on fire on somebody's porch. Now they'll charge you with 3 counts of arson. You'll be going to prison for 75 years. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a
Hey,
different
we did
time,
a
I
lot of
guess.
shit. We did a lot of shit when I was a kid, and we were stealing out of a garden one night. I was probably 12 or 13, and the dude comes out with buckshot,
Cinnamon damn tomatoes, wasn't you?
rock salt, and the shotgun. He's shooting at us.
Oh my gosh.
No way, Mom.
Yeah,
Back in the
so
day.
yeah, I just came up to just, you know, let everybody know, like, if you have kids, just, you know, tell them to walk the long way. Don't risk your life just to get home faster, you know.
What was the kid that's like the kid that Zimmerman? Remember he cut through the neighborhood? He had the candy, the Skittles and shit. Next thing you know, the dude started following him. They got in a fight and he shot him just because he was trying to cut through to get home.
Yep, Trayvon Martin.
Yeah, Trayvon, that's his name. I didn't want to forget his
Can't
name.
be
But
trespassing.
I didn't forget the story, you know, because you got to remember things like that because you got to learn from these things. You know, when you see somebody cutting through the neighborhood, hey, it might just be somebody cutting through the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? You can't overreact that everybody's a criminal and everybody's going to steal something because you ain't never seen them before. You know?
Well,
we
the other thing is, the other thing is not everybody's a racist ass motherfucker either. So
that is true. That is true. But we got to be honest. There is people like that in our country still that are just hate people for no other reason. I get hated. It ain't even racist. They just hate my face. You know what I'm saying? So there's still haters in this world. It's just a different type of hate.
Yep.
You know,
My
so
face hurts, Dolly.
Huh?
My face really hurts.
Your face is killing me.
Ah, I knew it.
Poor
Man,
thing.
your
man.
face hurts. My eyes hurt. I got to look at it.
Wow.
I gotta look at you
have
out of a mug too.
Hey, life's hard sometimes. Kind of hard out here for a pimp.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I still have kids that come to my door and instead of knocking, they'll kick and then they run off. And I used to always just like look through the peephole, wait for them to come back and crap. But then when I started confronting them, they'd be cowering in the hall around the corner on the stairwell and all that. I'd be like, I know you guys. I lied and said I had a camera that saw. And of course I did.
Tina.
Yeah, I know. But the thing,
That's a white lie.
It's a white lie, but then they come back, they're even more mad. And now I'm just like, I even tell my kids who are adults, you know, I'm like, no matter what, no matter if they pound for 5 solid minutes or leave Cheerios and orange juice and dirt and mud like they did in some baggie at my door, don't engage. Don't engage at all. Yeah, with the note, you guys.
I
and
go out
everything.
there and whip his
3 months
ass.
ago.
Don't engage. That's what they want. People want engagement. That's why I said tonight that the
Exactly.
best thing to do is just, you know, I don't know you.
Do nothing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Do
I don't
nothing.
know you. I don't watch you. I don't, you know, I don't even listen. I don't care what you say because I won't hear it. You know, sometimes that's the best way. I think
It's hard when they're throwing damn rocks. I'm on the
because
third floor. I'll throw
it takes
rocks.
2 people to argue. 2 people to tango. It's hard to dance by yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I
Hey,
can dance
Tina.
by myself.
If someone's doing that shit to me, I would zip tie those fucking kids, call the police, get their parents involved.
You can't zip tie kids, Mab.
That's
You'd be like that
citizens
dude in
yeah,
jail.
You can.
You cannot zip tie children.
Yes,
You've been
you
watching
can.
Bullhorn Betty for too long.
I don't have zip ties.
Called a citizen's
You cannot
arrest.
zip tie. You cannot zip tie kids.
Citizen's
Trigger
arrest.
warning, people. The thoughts and opinions on this panel are those of the participants. It does not reflect the opinions of Dolly Vision or its associates.
Come on, Dolly.
Okay, but you're on your own on this one. I'm about zip tying kids. You better get the hell out of here, man. But zip tie you.
Hey,
He's trying to get everybody lured up by CPS, man.
He's got mad cow disease.
Citizens.
You got some mad cow. All right, we
No,
got
but you
Lovely
really
Love in the
can.
back. Hello, Lovely Love.
You really can.
Arrest.
It just depends on what you do with them.
New here. This me.
Okay.
Oh,
Y'all funny as a motherfucker. I was like, what the hell?
Hey,
I've been
Lovely.
cracking up for the last goddamn 5 minutes. I said, what the fuck?
You're like, I gotta get up here.
Y'all funny as a fuck. For
Hey,
real.
lovely. Hey, lovely.
Well,
Yeah.
nice to meet you.
Nice
Hey,
to meet you. Welcome.
What would
Thank
you
you. Thank
do,
you for having
lovely?
me up. I appreciate that.
Welcome,
Hey,
lovely.
Lovely, what would you do if
Well,
kids were fucking with you like that?
I don't know. I didn't hear you. Say it again.
What would you do if kids were throwing rocks at your door, putting dog shit on your thing, banging on your door for 5 minutes, ongoing?
If
What
they
would you
look like
do?
you, I would quit fucking with this shit. What the
That's right.
Oh my
Amen,
God.
sister.
Now.
I know what I would do.
I'm just saying. I don't mean no harm, dude. I don't, but you asked me. Yeah.
You wouldn't zip tie him, would you?
How do you even use those things?
Oh, you in zip time.
She's
I
like,
don't
I
even
ain't
know
got no
what
zip
to
ties
do.
around
Yeah.
the crib.
Yeah, but what do you
No.
do? You put them around their wrist and then do they go in a
You
little
don't do
hole?
that, Tina. You call
No.
the police or call their parents. You don't zip
No.
tie children.
Ankles.
Well, I
No,
know that.
no.
Don't
See
listen
what
to
you
Mav.
do. No, see what you do is you get a dog, or in your case, you have cats and all that. So then you gather up their poop, and then you ding dong and ditch them back.
I
Why don't you just train your
know.
cats, Tina? Just to train your cats to attack. Get a vicious attack cat. Okay?
I could do that. I could do
You know what I'm saying? Get them all high on catnip and just throw them out the door when the kids come up, and it's just like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get a bobcat
Oh,
or
I
an
love
alligator.
no.
put my
Ain't no wrong
dog
with
on
cats
their
now,
ass.
y'all. Ain't no wrong with cats.
I ain't met too many people who ain't scared of alligators. I'm just saying.
Well, I got an alligator on my platform, and that bitch
I'm
look like an
afraid of
alligator.
alligators.
I'm just saying.
All you gotta do is zip tie an alligator and they're cool.
What's with you and zip ties tonight, Mab?
Now, are you
I don't know. What are
are
y'all
you
on?
pretending you're a cop?
Is
Are
that
you
in your
pretending
serial killer bag, zip ties?
Oh, that's
Don't
his
worry about
name.
this man. That's his answer to everything. Just zip tie it.
Wait.
Okay.
Called
Zip.
citizens
Zip
arrest. We're allowed in the United States to do a citizen's arrest.
Not on a kid.
It depends how old
See,
they are. If
in
they're
the South, we
14.
use duct tape in the South for everything. You know what I'm saying? That's
Not
rednecks.
an
We use duct
8-year-old
tape.
kid, but a
You
14,
don't go with
15,
zip ties.
16-year-old kid.
No, you can't do that to a 14-year-old. That'll get your ass into CPS.
You'd be in prison.
Yeah.
And if you was to zip tie my kid, you boy, you better hope the
After
police
they
get
did
you
a
before I
crime
do.
on me.
You better hope the police get you before I show up. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, the motherfucker did what to my kid? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
it'd be
really, it's
old.
for adults. It's for adults. I wouldn't probably use it on kids, but for adults, I would.
Don't use it on kids. I don't think he'll use it on kids. Though.
Well, that's what them
No.
riot police use. They use zip ties. They, because they ain't running around with a million pairs of handcuffs. They just run up and zip tie your
They
ass.
fucking with you, string tie. What y'all call him?
Huh?
You know what I would do?
I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
I would hide in a bush and wait for them to come with a big pile of shit my dog made that day.
I don't know, but you hugging up on that goddamn pillow too goddamn hard, bitch. I'm sorry, I'm from a different sector. I'm just coming over here fucking with y'all.
Okay.
Thank you for having me
Yeah,
up.
but anyways, I would
Alright.
hide behind a bush and I would scare the shit out of the kid. I would fucking like I'm not a small like if people saw me in person, like you'd probably be a little scared. So I would scare the fuck out of them back. Like
That's you talking down there with the pretty hair.
Yeah.
Okay.
What sector are you in on YouTube, lovely?
I thought I was looking at that pillow girl.
Oh, what sector are you in on YouTube?
I'm from the beef sector.
The beef sector? Who you fight with on YouTube?
Black people. That's where I'm
Oh.
from.
Okay. All right.
Is that okay?
Go, girl.
Yeah, I mean it's fine no matter where you're from. But what do you beef with people? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I do. But I'm really trying to get out of it. But I'm trying to mix up because we have people in our sector that are Caucasian, and they come over there, and our people will demolish them, and I don't think it's acceptable. So I want to see. I'm black and I'm in a white sector. How do y'all portray me from this far?
As an
Like everybody
American.
else.
What do you
You an
mean?
We
American.
don't care what color you are.
You an
See, that's what I'm
American.
talking about.
It
See,
don't
that's
matter
what I
where
be
you are.
saying.
Yeah, we.
If you a weirdo, you
There you
just a
go, Mel.
fucking weirdo.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
I
hope
grew
any
I grew up
community
on the
would.
black side of town.
Well,
I had a
what
This
lot
what
of
nigga
black
state
look
friends.
like
is
I
he
love
just
lovely?
y'all.
high. Girl, I want to be high like him. What's this man up here?
That's
This
that's.
motherfucker be
You
zoning
know,
because
he
he
ain't
look like
high.
he high as a
He
fuck.
has mad cow disease. He's suffering. It's an illness.
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
I'm the
He
only
got
I'm
what?
the only
Ooh, y'all wrong.
Caucasian that
Ooh, y'all
lives on
act
my
just
That's
like
street.
not
us.
So
true.
Y'all act like just
I
like
mean, that
us.
he's
face
just
right there.
another
That
female to me.
well, Mab has
That's
had
not true.
reconstructive surgery on his face this recently, so he does take
Yeah.
Oh
stuff for his
Lord
because he
Jesus.
had to have his face,
Yeah.
his jaw cut off because he had real bad sleep apnea. So he just underwent a major surgery on his face. So if he sounds a little because he usually has popsicle sticks in his mouth because
I'm on
they
your
had to,
channel. Why you doing that? Oh,
so they had to relocate his jaw and stuff like that. So that's why he sounds the way
They
he
pulled
does.
my face out a half an inch and then put metal plates in, and I still
Good
can't feel my
grief.
damn face.
you still look lovely. You still look lovely.
Grief.
Thank
You
you,
sure do.
darling.
Can I
Yeah,
ask
we
a
And he
question?
managed to land him a beautiful wife. That's crazy, Mab. We gotta check her eyes out.
I
Can
got
I
it
ask a
going
You
on,
know
question?
what
I
that
darling.
can't
means,
see. Is
right?
that what you saying? I can't
Can I
see.
ask a question?
Yeah.
Where is Lovely from? What state are you from, Lovely?
Texas.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeehaw.
What the hell?
Yeehaw.
I
Was that
like
you,
to know
Tina?
where people are from. What?
Remember the Alamo.
Was that you with the yeehaw shit?
That was me.
No, I didn't do
Oh, is
yeehaw.
that the first thing you think of
Um,
when you think Texas? Is yeehaw?
She cute.
someone
She
I live
else
in
cute.
did
Nevada,
yeehaw.
so it's kind of similar. So
I guess.
nah,
Yeehaw.
it isn't, but you
What?
know, I gotta be funny. I'm a joker.
Everything is big in
Hey,
Texas.
Tina, have you ever rode one of them bulls, like them fake bulls?
She did.
Who, me? Yeah,
You know,
I
like in a
broke
bar, how they got the.
I
broke
remember
my
her talking
thumb
about
right
it.
here when I was 18. And
Right.
and I wasn't drunk. I think if I was drunk, I might not have landed so
Girl,
hard on
everybody
my
in Texas is
palm.
drunk.
No, I was
Everybody in
in
Texas is
Vermont.
Even the cops.
Everyone in the college town of Burlington, Vermont was drunk. I'll tell you that. There's a bar every foot
Oh
around.
yes, because I'm an ex-truck driver. So girl, I done been everywhere.
Mhm.
You ain't lying about that.
So you
Yeah.
fell off the bull and broke your thumb?
Yeah, I landed. It was only on number 1, right? So it was going real, real slow. I had jeans on and I slid right off and
Was you
landed
drunk when
hard.
you fell?
She said she
No,
was not drunk yet.
no. So, you know,
Gotta
and then
get
it
If she
was
drunk
all
was
before you do
blue
that
the next
shit.
day. But I was
You just
bawling
fell for
like
no
right
damn
away.
reason.
It hurt like hell. Huh?
You just fell for no damn reason.
I slid off the damn bull. The
I
fake
paid
bull.
money to see that shit right there, boy.
Yeah.
Take my 20.
And then
Take my 20.
I
Oh
haven't
Lord, I
been.
love y'all.
Have you ever rode one since, Tina?
No, I haven't ridden a bull since.
I bet you haven't. That would do it for me too. I'd
Not
be
a
like,
bull.
F that.
I've ridden other things though.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I hope you didn't slide off.
Girl.
I hope you didn't slide off that and break a
I
hip,
took
Tina.
a quick left. I took a
When's
quick
your
left.
next ride, Tina?
Yeah, you slid off that one, broke a hip.
Yeah. No, no
But
broken
anyway,
hips.
I came up here to introduce me. I'm Lovely Love Journey 2, and I'm putting I'm trying something new, and I'm doing a new channel. So if y'all look me up, it ain't gonna be that many active, but I will get there.
What you
But
got?
this is my
What's the new,
second channel. My other
what's the new
channel,
shit?
I'm just letting it sit there for a minute,
Okay.
What are you doing
and
on the
then I'm
new
just trying
channel?
something new. Huh?
What is it? What's the new thing?
My new thing is Lovely Love Journey 2 is fuck with people. understand life and vlog a little bit if I can. And sometimes I might cook, but I'm always talking shit.
Okay,
So
ain't no wrong with that. I talk a little shit from time to
I get
time.
along with you,
I'm pretty
lovely.
good at it.
yeah, that's pretty much what I do. But then I wanna
Are
dip
you at
in
least a
other.
good cook?
Oh yes,
Oh, what the
but
hell? Yeah,
I
you can talk all the shit you want then, girl.
yeah, but I like to dip in other sectors right now to see how people can communicate. Because my sector is the beef sector and it's majority of black people. And then when white people come over there, they try to judge them, and I don't believe they should.
Well,
So
we
I'm a
have the
black bitch,
trauma.
and I'm over here with white people.
Look, we
I've
have
been
the
there.
trauma, and well, we do true crime, but there's the crime, which is people that bring
Oh,
drama
I like true crime.
and true crime, right? So, and they're crazier than any community you could ever meet. So this community is just as wild, just as crazy, just as many people talk shit about each other, call the police on each other, swat each other,
Oh no,
try to
we don't want to
gouge.
do. I don't
They
want to
try
do
to
that.
gouge each other's eyes
They
out, make
already
hate
doing that in my
videos.
sector.
Yeah, they
They
do that
doing the
here
most.
too. They do all
do it
that here too.
everywhere.
Oh, y'all gonna call the SWATs on people
No, we
and
don't
stuff?
do that. We're just saying there's bad people in this sector too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
We don't do
okay.
that. Nah, we're peace loving.
Oh, okay.
We
You just have
turtles.
to be careful, like
I
where
don't want
you
to
Hey,
sit.
where
I
where
don't
you
want to
go.
put my pinky toe in something and then y'all be swatting my ass.
No,
Nah,
no, no,
nah.
no.
No, we wouldn't like
Come
that.
on,
We're just
baby.
talking about some of the other people that in this sector of YouTube.
Okay.
You might hop in the wrong
Oh,
room
am I welcome
and meet
here?
some.
Am I welcome?
Yeah, we don't.
Oh
Get
yeah,
nothing to us. We don't care.
we
You know,
like you.
unless you start cussing us out and saying really mean things to us.
Yeah, I'm
Then
gonna
we
cuss all you hoes out.
might.
I'm gonna do that.
Well, at least we like your
Have a
honesty.
cussing
At least you
match,
honest
lovely.
about it.
But I ain't gonna mean no harm with it. I'm not
Oh,
gonna mean
yeah.
no harm
As long
with
as
it
you
though.
cuss me out with love, I don't care. I'm used to it.
Okay, I am too.
Hey, lovely.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, lovely. I think you're lovely. You're lovely, and you have a beautiful soul.
Thank you.
Yes,
See?
yes,
And
ma'am.
you
I
keep
feel,
hugging
I
your
feel
pillow
it
though. I'm wondering why you keep hugging your pillow.
Because she's
because
waiting on
it's
the
my
Dolly
comfort.
husband pillow hadn't got there yet.
It's
She
my,
ain't got a
My
man.
pillow. I'll hug mine now.
I'm not
comfort.
a
Oh
man.
my God, Mab.
Every girl got their
What?
pillow. Look, she got her pillow too.
Yeah, I got a pillow.
You got to order
I
your
got.
Dolly husband pillow. I'm getting a new collection, right? A pillow with my face on it.
No, I just was
I don't want
wondering.
to
I was
hug you
seeing
every
her
night,
hugging her
Dolly.
pillow, and I was like, "You hug your pillow." I'm trying to figure y'all out. Okay.
Got me figured out,
I
lovely.
hey, I come from a mixed family. You ain't gotta figure me out because like the whole world trying to figure me out too. So
They trying to figure me out when
like
I went to the goddamn crazy house. So they said, "Bitch, what?" Texas said, "Bitch, nah." They had me fucked up. Girl, I was so fucked up I couldn't even talk.
So you was a
I was like,
CDL
I ain't
driver?
fucking with
oh hell.
Texas. They have you fucked up here in Texas. I promise
Yeah,
you. Don't go to the crazy house.
yeah.
I thought I'd
Somebody
get
said,
some
And
good
I'm from
cocktails and
Florida,
go to
so
sleep and be high. Nah, bitch. They said, bitch, you ain't gonna be able to talk. And they still let me go.
Oh
yes, Dolly
my.
is
My,
enemy number one to Cheatham County Police Department. I
Hey,
guess
Dolly, I need to
I was enemy
refresh,
number
man.
one there
Can
for a
you
minute.
hit the link again?
Huh? What'd you say, Tony?
I need to refresh. Can you hit the link again?
Yeah, I'll post it. All right, there you go. I just posted it in the
who is
chat.
that?
That was Tony the Tiger Tony or whatever the hell. He
Tiger,
got
Tony.
Tiger.
Tiger to Tony is what his name is.
I
But
think
yeah,
it's
I still
nice
got
to have
court.
you
I still
here.
got court. I still got court coming up in Chatham County too. Speaking of enemy number one,
Do y'all do Cash App over here?
what you need some
Yeah.
money?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
dude.
know, yeah, I need some money. Who
Wait a
don't?
minute, you the host. You the host, and I don't even know your Cash App. I might want to donate to you.
Well, I'm fine. We up here hanging. You
Ooh.
ain't got to donate to me. Buy some soap from me. I sell soap and
Two
merch.
super
Okay.
chat. Do a
Yeah,
super
buy
chat.
dollysoap.com. Check the
I'd
store out.
rather not super chat because they're gonna get 45% of your money. No,
Yeah,
I
go
ain't
buy
doing
you
that.
some nice. I make body washes, lotions, soaps, t-shirts, stuff like that. So go check out my store,
Okay.
buydollysoap.com. That's a good way to
Okay.
support the channel.
Buy dollysoap.com.
Okay, I'll do that
And
then.
if you use promo code Turtle Gang, it saves you 20%.
Turtle Gang.
Still up?
Turtle Gang.
Turtle Gang.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Turtle
just
Gang.
asked. I don't know. I'm new here. I'm just asking.
Yeah, that's a good way to support the
Hey,
channel. Or
love,
just
You
like
could be a,
the damn video. Like I tell everybody.
Like the motherfucking video. I'm just kidding.
Go slow or don't go.
There you go. What Tina
And I
said.
like this lady up here with this avatar. I like her. I don't know why I like her.
who?
Which one?
This lady with this long blonde hair. Who
I
is
like
you?
her back. I like her
And
background. Her background's like
I
cool as
like
shit.
that too. That's what draw me to her.
I know
What
the
is
background
it?
looks really cool.
Look, I'll show
Her,
you.
right here. Her.
Look, I got this.
And I
So
like
like
that.
Native
I love art.
American?
I really do love art.
I
I
got
think
some
that
more
looks cool.
chakras. And pretty much everything
Never
in my
mind, y'all, bitch. We did all that.
everything in
Okay.
my
I
room
like
is
that.
basically like
Girl,
a
I like
shrine.
that. That could
Thank
be on
you.
a shirt.
where do you live, Amber? What state?
I live in Nevada,
Nevada.
northern Nevada.
You're semi close to me. Semi.
No state taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can carry
Yes.
firearms.
Firearms.
Now, I came from
Amen.
Arizona, though. Arizona is the bomb.
Yes. Yes.
I've been
Oh,
meaning to
Yeah.
plan me another trip back out Vegas as soon as I get a free weekend or a week or something.
I like the Arizona police chases. They pit them in like 5 minutes.
It ain't even a police chase. Arizona is the bomb. I mean,
Sedona.
you got the
Sedona.
mountains, you got the trails, you got a lot of things that goes on in Arizona that people don't know. And I just came back to Texas, but I miss Arizona though, for real.
I've never been to Texas. I need to get me some Texas.
I've been to
I miss
Texas, but it was just the
It's hot
airport.
down here. You ain't missing shit.
What? Wait, what was Jimmy
My
saying?
uncle living in
It's hot and it's
Texas his
moist.
whole life.
You ain't missing nothing.
Everyone's talking at once.
If
Texas.
you
Hot
wear
and humid.
makeup, you ain't gonna wear makeup in the summer because it's gonna melt off.
Yeah.
That's true.
I wear makeup everywhere I go.
What I said was I had only been to Texas one time, and that was just a layover in the airport.
Mm.
My
Really, you should have went
uncle.
outside.
El Paso.
You should have went outside.
Did
I
you
got
see any
uncles.
cowboys or cowgirls, Jimmy, in the
I got
airport?
uncles and cousins in Texas.
Mm.
Not Arizona. Texas is not about cowboys and cowgirls. I mean, you got
Some
Houston
parts.
Well,
gangster,
you can
you
tell
got
I've never
Yeah.
been.
Dallas
You can
gangsters,
tell I've
you
never
got
been.
San Antonio
Antonio.
gangsters, every major state. But you know what I like about Texas? I like Austin.
Yeah.
Basically, I do. It's a college town, and they have just a good time. That's
Oh,
what
I hear
you know.
that. That's more my
Lovely.
vibe. I don't like the gang violence anywhere I got to worry about getting shot or
Right.
stabbed. I like chill,
What
nice
about
places.
what about in the rural areas of Texas? You ever
They
traveled
country
through
and a
there?
motherfucker.
I like
That's what
that.
I'm saying.
For me doing the oil fields down here, I done been with the rural areas, and I don't see nothing wrong with them. They just trying to make their money. They just trying to live. I
That's a
mean,
hard life, them oil fields. That's
Hard
hard work
working
right
people.
there.
yeah.
Them dudes work their
And they got
asses off.
They was
a lot
getting
of
money because we
ranches.
was doing oil fields on their land. So, I guess they was making their money. But when you go into town in little cities, like me being black, they look at me like I'm crazy and I'm working. What the hell?
Mm.
Well, not
You
only
know?
that, but you're a woman and you've been a truck driver
Yeah,
and you worked in oil fields. So
yeah.
you have like a
Wait, but you
masculine
know
side
what? They
too.
never did treat me bad. They never did treat me bad, though. I
Hopefully
must
with
say that.
respect. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, people usually respect people that have a good, hard working ethic. You know what I'm saying? No
Yeah.
matter what. You know, you
Hmm.
can't hate on a person that works their ass off. You just can't. You know what I'm saying?
Can I ask Lovely a question?
Go ahead.
Have you ever been to Washington State?
Yes.
At
You
Seattle?
mean Washington D.C. or Washington State?
State.
Nope, I never went to Washington. I almost got there, but then they rerouted me. I almost got there, but that's the only place I have not been near. Fucking with United States, I have not been to Washington. Almost made it there. And let me tell you how dumb I was when I first started. Like 2 or 3 years earlier, it's like you going to D.C., Washington D.C. Girl, guess what I thought Washington D.C. was? Washington State. Not knowing it's up in Maryland and all that bullshit.
Yeah,
I
it's
said,
Virginia
what
to
the
me.
fuck?
It's part of Virginia. You know,
I
people
did
say
not
it's its
know
own.
that
You're
at
probably not
first.
the only one.
I didn't even know where the White House
Let her
was.
talk.
I didn't even know where the White House was. I thought I was really going upstate. And girl, I wind up going to the White House. Sure shit.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow.
The last time I
No,
went
but
there,
I
the
didn't
FBI
know
showed up
it.
at my house.
Because you say Washington, D.C., right?
Yeah.
But then you got Washington State.
I always thought
Seattle, basically Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I didn't know
Washington
that.
State is gorgeous. If you ever get a chance to go,
Girl,
go.
that was like 4 years ago. Wait, 5.
You know what I hate is when people mix up West
Not
Virginia
bad.
with Virginia, or they think West Virginia is part of Virginia. That drives me crazy.
Yeah,
Well, that's what they think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That part.
Well,
we don't know.
technically, it is Virginia.
Yeah, I don't think so.
West
I
Virginia.
Well,
No.
technically, it is Virginia.
I have a
No.
girlfriend.
It's just
in
departed. It's departed.
No.
I
Take
think
it
West
from
That's north
Virginia
and
is
south.
Pennsylvania.
One at a
Actually.
time.
No,
One at a
listen,
time.
listen.
Yeah, one
Take
at
it
a time,
from
guys. One at a
take it
time.
from somebody from the Pittsburgh area that there ain't nothing. I mean nothing about West Virginia that is anything even close to Virginia, especially Northern Virginia these days. Like, because I have
About
lived
the
in
moonshine.
I have lived in both. Like I have lived in Alexandria, and it's basically right now all DC. Like
Yeah, it ain't nothing
I
like
mean,
West Virginia. Yeah, that's for sure.
hell no, dude. Even
And
a small ass
the people are not even
even
the
a
same.
small ass town like Lorton is more developed than West
You
Virginia.
know what? I
Norton.
drove through
Now
there.
Norton. I've been there a
No, I
lot.
drove through there with my truck. Oh my God.
My
Is
my
you talking
my
about the mountain
in-laws are
part of
from
it?
there.
Wait a minute. Is you talking about the mountain part? It's some mountains up there.
Yeah,
And I got stuck.
You
And
got
I
stuck.
think it was West
Oh
Virginia,
yeah.
South Virginia. I don't give a fuck what it was, Virginia or somewhere. And I was stuck up there.
No, it's Virginia.
Virginia don't
Northern
claim West
Virginia.
Virginia. We're like, nah, that ain't part of us.
And I was stuck in the
I feel
goddamn on
you.
mountains with this
I feel you on
goddamn
that.
18-wheeler. And I'm going through, girl, my booty was tight so hard. I was like, please, Lord, let me out this.
I
No
hold a
Hold the
lie.
class
damn
I
A
don't
seat
know
up,
where I was
Benny.
at though.
I hold a class CDLA license too. Going down them hills, man, them brakes be a little scary.
That Jake
Exactly.
break.
Wow.
I
Yeah,
used
if
to
you don't know
drive
how to
truck.
use them.
Jump out that
Mhm.
damn thing. Well,
I
they
used to
got them
drive a
pull-offs
truck
that you can
too.
hit to slow the truck if you lose control of the truck going down the hills.
No, I ain't seen that shit.
You
I
haven't?
seen
The
trees. I
pull-offs?
seen the whole man. I seen some mountains when we had to go to the oil fields over there. I was stuck. I was like, oh my God. And
How'd
Yeah,
you
it
they
get
and
got
stuck?
sometimes it felt like I was gonna tip over. I was like, Lord, please don't let me tip over.
How'd you get stuck, lovely?
Cause I was driving through these little twirl around mountain area that they had these oil fields at, and we had to, we had to get to the oil field, and I'm like, bitch, the only thing you have to do is fuck up and hit an edge, and you'll be over that motherfucker. That was the
Damn
scariest shit
right.
of my life.
that
Tell me
is
if I'm lying.
definitely West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Hey, love.
So
Yep.
I ain't lying.
yeah, you go
You
off
know
the
I ain't lying.
I was
Girl, I
a
was
tennis
scared as fuck.
I went to Tennessee. We went to that Summer Wells stuff, and I guess we went the wrong way. I don't usually go, but this way took us up a mountain. And there was these huge drops, and it was storming its ass off. And I was thinking, I'll make sure I never come
Oh,
this way
Tennessee
again.
got mold
One
too,
wrong
but
little move, and you're off the side of a cliff. You know, and I'm like, man, this is
now that's when
unsafe.
you had a runaway when you go down them hills in Tennessee. Yeah, it's
You ever,
kind of hard.
you ever drove Tahoe, Lovely?
Tahoe.
Lake
Nope.
Tahoe?
I
I don't
live
thi-
right by Tahoe, Mab.
no, I don't think I never. I don't think
Cool.
I rode that path.
There's some
Okay,
Yeah,
hairy shit.
incognito.
that's
That's like
sketchy.
next door to Canada, right?
Hold on, incognito got her hand up. What is
Okay.
it, incognito?
Hey, hey, lovely.
Hey,
Where
baby.
I live, and this is really wild, but where I live, it's up on top of a mountain, and I live like off the Appalachian Trail. So it's there's
Me
a lot of
too.
Native American, right? There's a lot of Native American like artifacts and all this stuff.
They
Well,
say I'm a black ass
they
Indian, so we'll see.
they they put signs up to stop people from coming up this one side of the mountain. And I'll be danged, the GPS always leads them up that side of the mountain. And I don't know how many times I'm serious. I don't know how many times that like the rescue squad, fire department have to go out and lead them back out. And to boot, we have like on one part of the mountain a big meth epidemic. So they steal the signs. Like, I'll just say it. They
Yeah, but if
steal the
you get one of
signs.
them
And
18 wheeler trucks up on a place, there's no way to
So they
turn it
steal the
around.
signs, so we not see the signs. They steal it.
Right. But everybody follows the GPS, but the GPS, I mean, it's a good road, but not for big trucks. It's just not. And
Okay.
I don't know how many
Well,
times a year that the fire department and the
I
police
don't know if I
department
ever
is
been there,
supposed to
but I don't
Nope,
know
I've
if
yeah,
been
I
to
but
this
ever
one.
been there, but I know the GPS would take semi trucks. That's what I used to drive, and I'll be
right.
going in corners. I'll be like, I don't even know how I'm gonna get up in here. But actuality, it be a company right there.
well,
So it's
lovely.
crazy.
Right.
If hold on a second, if I could interject here, um,
Okay.
lovely. The least uh amount of hate or prejudice that you will ever encounter as a black person is a
hmm
Native American. Um, it is half of my culture. And I can tell you
Well,
that,
I got Indian in my family, so
Yeah, we're not even
well,
I
see,
got
the thing
talking
is,
about
Indian,
that.
I got Puerto Rican, I got a lot of people in my family, so I don't take people. I take people the way they take me.
right.
So
Yeah.
Well, see,
I
the
think
thing
everybody
is,
got a little bit of everything in them these days.
we, we used to, protect Native Americans
mhm.
from, everybody else. Like, whenever there was slavery, they would run to our villages because they knew that we would protect
So
them,
what you
and that
saying
is
that
actually
you didn't have slavery too?
what's that?
So what you saying y'all didn't have slavery too?
No, we didn't.
Mm.
Yeah, we did.
That's what
Okay,
actually
we
caused
Ah,
a
man,
war.
shit, this is
You
enough.
know,
That's what
this,
caused the war for the United States to cause the war
Okay,
with
be
Look, I
back.
got a
Florida
black
I have to
sister,
pee,
all
but
right.
I'm gonna
Indian
listen to
So
women.
you. I have to
let's
pee, but I'm
let's
gonna
quit
listen
this
to
All
you.
shit.
right.
yeah,
You
you
might be
know,
getting on the wrong subject.
yeah. That ain't even where we're trying to go. But
thank
I
you,
did get
man.
to go to like Colonial Williamsburg and see a lot of the things like, the historic stuff, the
Speaking
houses
of
that
Winsburg, that's where the hell I'm at.
you're in Williamsburg now.
Swear to God.
Yeah,
Winsburg or Landsberg?
they got a few different ghost tours that they do in
Williamsburg.
Williamsburg. And while I
Okay.
was up there, I got to go to a lot of the psych ward to see the abandoned buildings. I'm gonna post those videos. I'm gonna start working on those tomorrow, edit them down for you guys. And in some of the haunted houses, but they had some
Did you
tours up there.
run?
They do these haunted tours, and I'm going
Did
to
you
go back
run,
up there.
Jimmy?
Huh? Did I run? No, I didn't
Dolly,
run.
Yeah. Did you run?
Hey, short legs.
I figured you get scared
Oh,
and
Miss
run.
Short Legs. I love
No,
Miss
I
Short
didn't.
Legs. Let's
I
hear
didn't
the
run.
jokes, baby girl.
Lori's got jokes.
Oh, Jimmy, you know you did.
Jimmy, I was gonna ask Hab.
No,
I don't know if you heard me, but I live next to Tahoe, so I know the roads you're talking about. But Dolly, why did you stop driving truck?
well, because I was going to get this job local. I never really wanted to drive cross
Cross
country,
country.
and I was trying to get this one local job, and I ended up not getting it. Now, I got the CDL license. I didn't really never plan on driving trucks. I was working as an electrician, and I just did it to do it. And I've never really, I can drive the trucks. I've never drove a truck for a living. I still
But
hold a
it's real
Class A
easy.
CDL
It's
license right
real
now.
easy. It's real easy to get a Class A license, y'all.
Well, that parallel parking ain't the easiest thing. You know,
Yes, it is. It was easy for me.
wasn't
I'm
easy for
horrible at
me.
parallel parking.
I went
It
through
was
truck
easy for
driving
me.
training.
You have to hit the pinpoints. You have to
Yeah,
hit the pinpoints, and you have to recognize. Well, okay, this is what they do at the schools. Because I know y'all went to school, right?
I went to school for truck
Yeah,
And
driving. Yeah.
I went to
right,
school.
right. But then you have them cones, and you have to pinpoint them cones when to turn your wheel and all that, and you will slide right on up
Yeah.
in there. I'm
Well,
telling you,
this is
I
how I did
did
it.
it.
I'll tell you how I did it. Right.
Okay.
So I actually I wrote. You know, you get 6 points you can lose. So I do the road test. I ace it. I do the 100-foot straight back. I ace that. I do the offset. I ace that. I come to do the parallel park. I hit a cone. Okay. Boom. They blow the whistle. I lose a point. I go to move forward. Now I'm trapped in a fucked up angle. And I just keep hitting that same cone and they keep hitting me for points. Okay. So
Well,
they blow
no,
the
you
whistle.
should have just came back out and then start over
Okay. But
again.
listen.
They didn't
So
tell you that.
here's the
Okay.
thing. Each cone is 1 point, right? So I had to retake the test. And the next time I did it, I aced everything again. And this time, when I went to back into the parallel, I mowed the 3 cones down and
Oh,
pulled
Lord.
straight up, blew my horn, got out, passed the test. Because you can lose 6 points. So I just ran the cones over, parked the truck straight, got out, give me my license,
Wait a minute.
put them down. You will
Hey, what
never
was your
parallel
score?
park. You will never, ever, as driving, you will never parallel
Parallel
park a
parking
truck.
is not that damn hard.
I can
Parallel
parallel
I'm
parking
just
park,
telling you
is
how I
baby.
passed it.
Some it is.
I'm just telling you how I
You know
passed
what
the
they
test.
got me on? They got me on. They gave me a truck in my training. When I went to training school, so they was going through something, right? So they was like, "Oh, I'm gonna say Lovely because that's my name." They said, "Lovely, jump in the truck, go get your CD, go get your A's." I said, "Okay." I couldn't even maneuver around that truck, right? So the sheriff, the trooper sheriff, he was like, hold up. So we pulled on the side of the highway. He got in the truck on the other side. He was like, this a fucked up truck. I
You
said,
driving a
see?
13 speed?
Yeah. Yeah, wait a minute. He couldn't even drive the motherfucker. So
Double
then
clutch,
he
baby.
came back.
Double clutch.
He came back. He said, "Nah, give her a better truck." When they gave me a better truck, man, we was flying. He's like, "I already knew you knew what the hell you was doing." Shit, I can't do shit if they don't give me the equipment to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
The
trucks
hell?
they got now are
Right.
super nice. They're automatic. They float. The new trucks.
No, we
You
didn't
drive
have
a
automatic. We had
yeah,
stick shift.
yeah. You driving at 13 speeds. They're hard. That's double
Man.
clutch, and that shit will wear your arm and leg out, boy.
Hey,
Well, that's what
Dolly.
I lived on. That's what I drove.
Yeah,
So I'm used to that. And
double
I'm like,
clutching.
Man, I was
You ever
double clutching and doing all that shit, and that goddamn state trooper was doing the same shit and couldn't move. And he was talking, he looking at me like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm looking at him, "What's wrong with this goddamn truck?" Until he jumped over into the driver's seat.
Yeah,
He
everything
was
in a
like, "It's a fucked up ass truck." He checked the shit out that goddamn school. He was like, "Give her a better damn truck. What the
yeah,
fuck?" And
everything
then
in
we
an
went on
18
that road
wheelers.
trip, and I got my A's, bitch.
Yeah,
I
everything's
sure
double
did.
clutch. That's if you try to just gear from one gear to
hey,
another, you can't do that. You
But
got a
if you got
clutch,
a messed
you got a
up truck, if
neutral,
your
boom,
gears
boom.
are grinded and messed up, it's not gonna go in that gear.
You got to hit it at
And
a
that's
certain
the problem
RPM.
that I was
Like,
having.
in the school, they had a little gauge on the dash, and when it hit the right
Mhm.
RPM, you knew to switch. But after a while of driving a truck, the noise the truck makes, the engine, you know when to switch. It's like driving a stick shift car. You know, like I didn't need
Yeah,
the gauge before. I could hear the truck when
No,
the truck's
Mav,
ready to
Mav, I
switch.
think
exactly.
Mav's
You can
running
hear
boo.
how it rip up. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Got a question.
hey, anybody ever drive a 5 and a 4? It's the hardest truck to drive there is.
What, like on the
5 and a
Five and a
column?
4.
four.
No, it's 2 sticks.
Is that a dump truck?
So you got a 4-speed, and then
Oh
you got
yeah,
5
yeah.
over here.
I've seen them,
Go
but I never drove
1,
one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
I
2,
never
1, 2,
drove
3,
What
one
4,
about a
either.
5.
column shift?
I had a dump
What
truck
about
I've
a
seen them.
in
column
the
shift?
mountains.
That's why I said, is it a dump truck? Because I ain't never did
Yeah, it was
that.
a dump truck.
Yeah, I drove
Yeah. It's
a stick
it's
on the
got dump
column.
bucket on it.
No, this was
I
2
ain't
Y'all
never
sticks
ever
done
on
heard
it.
of a
those.
column?
No, it's two. It's two down there. It's two on the
Yeah,
bottom there.
Tiger knows what I'm talking about.
I enjoy y'all. I really do.
Yeah, well, I'm getting ready to get out of here,
You
guys.
cool? What's
It's
your
almost
name?
Do they
What's your
have a
name?
long
So
pedal?
why don't y'all
Thank you
subscribe
for
to Lovely
having
Love
me,
50 and
Dolly.
just stay in the
Lovely
bushes
love.
and see me talk shit to people. And I'm starting a new channel. This is my new channel, but my old channel is Lovely Love. And then this new channel is Lovely Love 2. And
okay.
I'm just doing an experiment to see how many people like my black ass.
Okay, well, that's a
Oh,
good
check
experiment.
your black ass, boy.
10-4. 10-4, sister.
Well, have a great
I
night. It
love
was
it.
a pleasure meeting you, lovely.
All right. Thank you for
I
having
Uh,
didn't
me.
get my
no problem.
jokes in, Dolly.
Oh, well, tell your jokes real fast, short legs, and then I got to get out of here because it's getting late.
Okay, tell me your jokes,
Hey,
baby.
let her tell a joke at least.
All right, this
I
time
am.
this time I'm not doing Amazon jokes. I went for Italian jokes,
Italian jokes.
mafia jokes. Yeah.
So you
Okay.
What's
want me to make some
after
Italian
watching
food?
what you made me watch today? You know, I'm just saying. What's the difference between the mafia and the government?
Nothing.
One of them is
That's what I was gonna say.
No.
They all scheming the fuck out of us. How about that?
One of them's
Amen.
organized
one of them is organized. Yes, how'd you know?
Oh,
Yeah.
because
yeah.
crime is organized crime. The government's not organized.
Okay.
No, it's not. It's not. We all
Okay.
fuck.
Two
I don't
mafia
give a fuck what
hitmen are
color you
walking
is.
through
We
the
all fuck.
forest at night,
We
and
fuck
one of
them
them
same way.
says, I have to admit, it's pretty scary out here. The other replies, you think this is bad? I have to walk back alone.
Nah.
I'm lost. I missed what was the first part of it?
I heard that part too.
I missed the first part of it.
Guido.
Oh God! Two mafia hitmen are walking through the forest at night.
Oh
When
yeah,
one of
okay.
them
One
says,
says I gotta
I
walk
have
back
to
by
admit,
myself.
it's pretty scary out here. And the other replies, you think this is bad? I have to walk back alone.
Yeah, that's all
Oh,
my
because
clothes.
he's gonna
But
because
who
He's
he's
do
gonna
gonna
kill
walk?
him.
wait.
Because
Is that
the
because he's
hitman
You
has
know
to
gonna?
what?
take out the other hitman.
Let me be
Okay,
biased. Can I be biased?
that's fine.
Sure. Go ahead.
Sure.
What god dang on okay, people that walk through the forest. It ain't gonna be a black bitch.
Me? What?
Who walked through the damn forest?
I
It ain't
walk
gonna
through the
be a black
forest.
bitch. Who it's gonna be?
That's true. That's absolutely true.
I like the forest.
I
I
don't want
walk.
y'all to
You'll
do that
never
though.
see
I
it.
really
You'll
don't
never
want
see
y'all to
the.
do that because
You'll
y'all
never
get killed
see.
and shit.
You never
One
see a person running from a bear.
One at a
That is
time.
true.
Still alive.
That's how most white people die, in the forest.
It's
No,
too scary.
I don't do that shit.
The Blair Witch thing. Ever since I saw the Blair Witch thing, I don't think I could be in a forest at night.
God, you guys.
But you know what? Y'all want to go jogging at night and shit, and early in the goddamn morning by your goddamn self
Not
in the
anymore.
goddamn forest.
Not these days.
Didn't mind
What
just
you
like
think is
that.
in the forest? Crazy people.
Yeah.
Right.
Brave.
Exactly.
Brave. Or something.
Okay, I
I'm
have a
just
couple
saying.
more.
All right, let's
I
get
love
it.
my people. I love all you guys. Don't be doing that. I'm gonna say it like this, and don't take heed to it. White ladies, quit jogging by your motherfucking self, by your goddamn self in a
No,
goddamn forest.
no
Forest.
I
Shit.
agree. I agree.
Yeah, I second that one. I
Don't
second that
do
one.
that.
Yeah, I don't jog 'cause I'm lazy, so I don't have to worry about that problem.
I stopped doing that. Like I used to do that kind of shit. And
Yeah.
nowadays,
Yeah.
no.
Nah, you
No.
might come up missing. All right,
Yeah.
short legs.
Because you
Get
know
your
what?
last
I
couple
jog
jokes
and
out.
I jog around my community. I jog around my community. And that's why I jog at early in the morning. But I'm not going in no goddamn forest and nobody can't see me. What
Yeah.
the
No,
hell?
yeah, you definitely come up missing that way. All right, hit it, short legs.
I'm trying. There's just too many people.
I know.
Y'all gonna cuss me out later, right?
You know,
Nah.
not only Italians are in the mafia, some are in the witness protection program.
Girl, we don't want to know about them 'cause they don't want us to know
For a
about them
little
either.
while they are, then they get whacked.
No, they get renamed. No, if you look,
Yeah.
most mobsters
What?
that do the
They
ratting,
get
they
renamed.
never got killed.
I'm never
A lot
going
of
to
them
get through
have,
this.
though.
Okay, everybody mute for a minute. Everybody mute for a minute.
What do you call a mafia boss's keychain?
A mafia boss's keychain. I don't know what.
Donkey.
Nuggets.
Donkey.
That's lame as fuck.
Yeah, donkey. Okay.
Okay, you got one
No,
more.
you got something better than that, girl. I know you got something better than that.
I'm trying.
Try again, girl.
Mafia informants are like good eggs. They sink right to the bottom.
Say what? Say it one more time now.
Mafia informants are like good eggs.
Good
You know, good
egg.
eggs sink when you test them in water.
I never knew that. To be
Yeah.
honest with you, I ain't never
You
put
don't
an egg in
know
the
what
water.
egg?
I ain't never
On
bought
to
an
another
egg.
subject. We
Don't shame me.
Well, what does it have to do with mafia? I don't
It
get it.
sinks.
They
You know,
sink right
rat
to the
sinks.
bottom.
You know, they put snitches get stitches and end up in ditches and rivers.
I see.
Cement
Girl,
shoes.
you
There
know
you go.
what?
All right.
Hey, if I do some shit with you and I tell you if I get caught, I'm gonna tell on you and you still fuck with me, I'm snitching, bitch.
She said, I'm snitching. All right, Takashi.
Yeah.
All right, Takashi.
Because I done told your ass. I done
Takashi.
told your ass.
I
If
had
I
to
get
snitch
caught,
on-
bitch,
Right.
I'm telling. And it's up to you to keep fucking with me. For real.
She said, I'm telling. All right, lovely. All right,
What's wrong
Tony
with
the
that?
Tiger. Short legs. You guys be good. It was a pleasure hanging out with you guys tonight. I'll see y'all next time.
man.
I had two
All right,
more.
good night.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Good night.
All right,
Later.
deuces. Thank you for having me.
Later, lovely.
Bye.
Tony,
To La Pond.
CJ, Mab, Incognito, and Papercut Tina, and of course, Tony the Tiger. Thank you all you guys for coming up, kicking it with me tonight. Okay. And like I said, if you ain't, a good way to support the channel is check out the merch store, buydollysoap.com. Get you some Dolly soap, some body wash, some lotion, something good to smell good, make you feel good. Okay. And you can save 20% with promo code Turtle Gang. Also, I put Granny Apple Kush on sale, right? I took $5 off the price of it, and Turtle Haze, right? I took $5 off that one, and you can still use the promo code Turtle Gang and save 20%. All right. So check out the merch store, buydollysoap.com. I will see you guys in the morning for some true crime. And until then, be good, be safe. Replay Gang. Leave some comments, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.